sound is go. I am not visible. Hello and welcome to another episode of Dork Tales. This is generic fantasy setting number 17735, The Shards of Nirn, Season 2, Episode 25, The Rage of Nazaruul. I'm Kelly, your Dungeon Master, and tonight joining me are my players. Why don't we go ahead and start with the rightest wing that we have?
All right, that's me.
You're all right.
Yeah, I'm okay. So hey guys, I'm Mike. I am playing Xeno Right Wing. He is our half-elf ranger in the group who is ready to get it on with dragon stuff.
I'm phrasing. All right. Hey Mars, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing pretty well tonight. My name is Winter. I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue, and I'm excited to do more dungeoning and being off about.
All right. Hello, Tia.
Hello, I am Amy playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid.
All right.
Yep.
That's it. All right. And hello, Malia.
Hi, I'm Christine, and I'm playing Malia Sunsworn, the Dwarven Tempest Cleric.
And of course, also as part of your party is Farah, your dragon companion in anime girl form. And last episode, you took a contract traveling from the new capital. I don't know why I went there. The new capital of Cap Sudet to the old capital of the Apetian Empire. And as you traveled along this caravan, you met with a couple of very unique people on your quest to go and retrieve one of the Eyes of Nirn from the Tomb of Okanen the Magnificent.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fairly uneventful couple of days. Your travel took you through the desert, along old trading routes, as you were working to deliver all of the supplies to the refugees still stuck in the old capital.
Mm-hmm.
The night before earlier that day, if I'm not mistaken, like right before this last moment, you came across a couple of giant ankegs, which you made swift work of, and lost a couple of your 100 camel train in the process, and wagons. And as you were recovering from that fight, you worked your way further to the south. Traveling between a pair of dunes as a bit of a storm kicked up. Mm-hmm. And it's at that point that the storm reached an apex around you. The dunes exploded, and the outcropping of rock directly in front of you was revealed to be the horn of an adult blue dragon, which roared.
Right.
And we called game there. So why don't we go ahead and start this off right? I want an initiative roll off of everybody.
Let's see how my first rules of the game go. See what to expect this time.
All right. Thanks, Farah. That 3 was great. Also, all of you have a point of inspiration.
And I have a note here saying that I still have advantage on my next saving throw.
On your next saving throw, yes. So I will ask for your initiative in just one moment. Did anybody get above 20?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Initiative. Okay. All right, above 15.
17.
Wait, no, I lied. Okay. I was at 14. Sorry. For a second, I thought it was a 15. And then...
All right. And if you want to hear the dragon occasionally yell, party, the chat has the link to the soundboard in it, which I will just put it on dragon idling so that it doesn't disconnect.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Winter, what did you have?
10.
10. And what did you have, Amy?
14.
14. All right. So Tia, Mars, and Farah at the rear with an 8. Okay. And then NPCs will, of course, be at the rear. All right. So one thing that I just want to impress upon everyone before we begin. This is a big one.
Yeah.
And I have done significant research into the tactics that a dragon would use. Welcome to the big boy and girl league. Big person league. And with that, the dragon explodes out of the ground, roaring, and before any of you can act, I need you all to make a wisdom save.
Yay! I have advantage on this.
I got a 1.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Do I get advantage on this because it comes from a family?
You do not.
No. Okay. Well, what is this? A wisdom save?
It's a wisdom save.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm
good.
Don't think I'm doing too bad.
Good.
Okay. Farah succeeds.
19.
19. You succeed. Malia.
27.
You're fine. And
28.
holy crap.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Not 20. My save is plus 8.
Right. So, Mars, you are frightened for 1 minute. You can attempt to re-roll this save at the end of your turn. Frightened means that you cannot advance. And any attacks that you make on this dragon while you are frightened suffer disadvantage. Because this thing explodes out of the ground, and what you are looking at... Now, mind you, this is the size of your figurine, right? This tip of my nail.
Yes. Yeah, that's big.
This is what you're competing against, and I'm sad that I didn't get to finish this because of social distancing. We didn't get to have this because I got this beautiful sheen for the wings.
Aww.
Oh, Nazaruul, you'll have your day in the sun. Don't worry. All right, there is an explosion as this immense adult dragon rips out of the ground and roars into the sky. And with that, Xeno, what do you do? I'm going to say that its surprise action was bursting out of the ground, and as it does, it's going to take about 5 of the camels into its mouth with one swipe and devour them whole. There's a spray of blood and gore, and one of the workers is going to be unfortunately caught up in the bite. You will hear a man scream as he is bisected, his legs falling limply to the sand. And Mike, Xeno is up.
Alrighty. So, seeing that, I'm going to turn to Farah and be like, yeah, I think so.
We have to stop this.
So from her, we have to stop this. Does it sound like she wants to actually engage this thing or try
you
to talk
have
it to
3 seconds.
I have 3 seconds.
2, 1. What do you do?
I am going to yell
You're
at
pretty
it.
sure you're not... Okay, you're going to yell at it?
I'm going to yell at it in Draconic,
Okay.
of course.
What are you saying?
What am I saying? Oh, Jesus.
By the way, you can yell and ready an action at the same time.
Okay, I will ready an attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to just yell at it to stop. Like, stop. We don't want to hurt you.
Okay.
And
make me an intimidation roll.
I will do that thing.
Now, that is not one of the things that you get advantage on for
That
being
is fair.
for a favorite enemy.
Nat 20.
Are you...
Nat 20.
Well, it hears you. Okay. You notch an arrow into your bow and say, "Stop, we do not want to hurt you."
Yeah.
Okay. Malia, what do you do?
What do I know about dragons?
You can make me an intelligence roll as your bonus action.
Int roll or nature?
This is going to be int.
Damn.
Straight up int, according to the rules. I've been doing it wrong the whole time.
16.
16? All right, so chromatic dragons are many varied. Actually, each one of the colors has a slightly different, a different vibe, a different resonance, a different elemental capacity. Blue dragons are, they're desert dwellers, they're really smart, and they breathe lightning.
Shit.
Yeah.
And one this size is, you're thinking this is probably an adult, which is a step below ancient, but a step above anything you could probably take on easily. This is a very dangerous threat, and you are very close to scared. As you notice that, what else do you do?
I just pull my hammer and...
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action though, because I'm like...
All right. So this
Like,
I
dragon,
want to see what it does.
this dragon is about 30 feet from you at this point.
Jesus.
And as you yell out to it, Zeno, and you say, "We don't want to hurt you," it finishes swallowing with a...
Oh boy.
and then cranes its neck, slams a paw down in the center of the lane between the two dunes that once were there, and bends its neck down and looks a good 20 feet from you. You can feel its breath upon you. Its horn is within 15 feet of you, and its eyes are beady and blue. Its breath is fetid, and you can see a hand dangling from between its front teeth
Oh Jesus.
as lightning rips at the flesh. And in a voice that's many, many layers deeper than mine, you will hear, "It doesn't want to hurt me. It doesn't want to hurt me. What are you, little half-elf? Do you think that little pig sticker can hurt Nazaruul?" Tia, what do you do?
So, I was gonna cast Anti-Life Shell
Okay.
around, 'cause that's, using up my 5th level spell, but whatever. It 10-foot radius from me, moves with me, remains centered on me, which prevents creatures that are other than undead and constructs from entering.
Okay.
It prevents an affected creature from passing or reaching through. An affected creature can cast spells or make attacks with range to or reach weapons through the barrier, so lightning isn't going to stop. But it can't claw me. If you move so that the affected creature is forced to pass through the barrier, the spell ends. So basically, if you're within 10 feet of me, 10-foot radius, so 20 feet diameter,
Okay.
centered on me, it can't pass.
What happens if it tries?
It just can't. It Shivering barrier extends out from you for 10-foot radius, moves with you, remains centered on you, hedging out creatures other than undead and constructs. Barrier lasts for duration.
Interesting.
Damn.
What book is that in? I'll see if there's any more information on it. It's a
All
5th
right.
level spell. It's like it's higher. It's high up there and like.
All right, so you'll cast that. Mars, you see this thing directly in front of you. It is so close that if it wanted to, it could lash out a claw and slam it down upon you, squishing you into so much jelly in the sand.
Okay.
This is the largest creature you've ever seen.
All right. Where is Farah from me?
Right behind Zeno
Yes, I-
and directly in front of you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I just target it and say it can't pass because it just says affected creature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll look it up though.
So I will take a few steps forward very cautiously, and instead of putting my hands up like, I'm gonna open them up and...
You actually will find that as you try to take that first step, your legs will not work.
Oh.
You cannot move closer.
Oh yeah, because you're frightened.
You
Yeah,
are
frightened.
This is the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Okay. Can I still try to talk
Yes, you may.
without the
Yes.
disadvantage?
Yes, you may.
So I would like to use then basically like my charisma to call up to it and be like, "Behold, it is the great blue dragon of the desert, Nazaruul. What a sight to be seen." And I'm trying to like...
Suck up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I roll?
Yes, you may. You may actually roll that one flat.
Sweet.
So go ahead and give me a persuasion roll to suck up to the dragon.
27.
Holy shit.
My persuasion's pretty okay.
All right, so you will find that the first couple of words are going to come out of your mouth like, behold, it is, and you will kind of prostrate yourself down on the ground. Had to think about that one for a minute because I always mess that one up. To prostrate yourself on the ground and hold your hands up, speaking out, to earn its favor. So you may make another wisdom save at the end of every one of your turns.
Perfect. This one's a bit better at 14.
You're still terrified.
Okay.
But you did that, at least, so that's something. All right. So you're going to say that the dragon is going to breathe down around you. And Farah is going to take a step forward and build off of that momentum that you guys are putting out there. And get a 26 on her. My name is Farah Mina Darizal Hazal. I am your superior.
Oh,
and you,
girl.
Leave this place now, Nazaruul. It takes 2 deep breaths in. A gold dragon. Oh, child. This is not your land. This is my land. Your horned one of Nirn knows the truth.
I'll shake my head yes in agreement.
This is my land, bestowed upon me by the High King. What? I serve the true king who has returned. Throw down your weapons, and I will let you walk away. But your offering is mine. It casts a look at the line of camels, which are frozen in fear. At which point, one moment. Cool. Oh, I gotta roll for Layla. Hold on. Oh, holy shit. So, Layla and... from the other side, you will hear a blood-curdling yell as Layla Laughingsteel launches herself at the dragon's rear.
Of course.
Bringing her sword down onto its tail. The dragon is going to take a point of damage from that. And you will hear the sound of a thunderclap as Cyril fires off a bullet into the dragon's flank, which deals, I'm gonna say no damage, actually. There is a spray of scale, and the dragon's going to look down and then flick its head annoyed behind it. And is going to use it's going to use its action that it was saving. It's going to open its mouth the other direction.
Oh boy! And
is going to. Oh god, those are D10s.
Whoopsie!
One moment, guys. I have to get rid of some NPCs.
Yikes!
Whoopsie!
Whoopsie!
It's super easy, barely an inconvenience to get rid of these NPCs.
Oh, whoops.
So how many? Oh my God. How many did... Okay, sure. I'm gonna be here for a minute, guys, so if you want to plan a strategy out. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9...
I don't know, I thought my sucking up was working until Farah opened her mouth.
Alright. No, it was doing okay. I think you were doing good. I was pleased with it.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on. I still need one more D12.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, hold on. Oh!
So you can basically one-shot any of us.
That's not true. Yeah. You guys get a save.
Yeah, my impression is that we can't survive this fight.
Yeah,
you never know.
This
So
is a
I'm
big
trying
one.
to be nice.
All right, so I need to make 2 saves. Okay, so they save for half damage at least. So that is 8, 10, 18, 21, 31, 33, 37, 42, 51. That is 60 points of damage each, rounded down to 30. So the dragon peers over its shoulder, opens its maw, and you can see blue lightning coalesce as suddenly lightning rips out and strips across the ground, throwing sand into the air. And both of them are going to dive out of the way, only being clipped by this strafing lightning blast. All right, we are at the top of the initiative now. What do you do, Zeno?
I'm going to try to keep talking to it and be diplomatic with the damn thing, because I don't want any of us to die.
Okay.
So I would like to basically, what do I want to say? That, you know, that I come from a long line of dragon hunters, but I'm trying to break that line, so I don't want to injure a dragon. I don't want to have to injure a dragon.
Okay.
I think she's kind of proved that she doesn't have to worry about us. Or at least she thinks she doesn't have to worry about us.
She thinks she doesn't have to worry about us. Like, I mean, there is a chance that we could actually, you know, pull it off, but...
All right, you can go ahead and give me another persuasion roll.
Okay.
Or, well, actually, no, you can give me another intimidation roll.
Okay.
The persuasion train has failed unless you're Winter.
So that's going to be a 16.
16? Not bad. All right, Malia, are you doing anything else?
I kind of want to... Until, like, I have a good sense of what's happening, like... If we can... If Zeno can talk them down...
Okay, then what
Zeno / Farah.
What I will do is just assume that there is not combat until one of you interrupts me. Okay?
Okay.
But then we'll go back to using initiative order. So you're going to say, I'm trying not to break this oath. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Yeah, like, I don't want to have to hurt a dragon.
Oh, a dragon hunter. And which family are we speaking of?
The right-wing assholes. Those ones.
You're the family that destroyed Dualcy. He was a prick.
I'm trying to not follow in their footsteps. Unless you're a prick.
No, darling, I'm a bitch.
It's a girl dragon!
So it looks down at you and says, a dragon hunter, a follower of Nern, and 2 tagalongs.
Boy.
It turns and glares at you as you oi it.
Dia pretends that she didn't say anything.
Okay, good. That was a 29 on my intimidation roll.
Like, basically says something and goes,
Oopsie.
Didn't need to say anything. At least I have my shimmery bubble.
That is true, you do.
The offer will stand for 1 more minute. You may depart, but the caravan is mine.
We're hoping to bring the caravan with us.
I'm sorry, did I trespass into your lands, little half-elf? Did I trespass into your territory without a gift? Did I trespass across your lands and try to smuggle things to a bunch of pitiful humans?
Oh my god, I love this dragon.
You will give me the caravan, or you will join your friends.
We have half the caravan.
And at that, you will hear another attack from behind. At which, holy shit, that's bad. At which point, without even looking around, Layla charges the dragon's tail. The dragon flicks it up and catches her right across the face. Face and mids. It's a big tail, and that is going to be only 2d8 damage. That's not the worst. Okay, cool. So that's 21 points of damage, and Layla is knocked across the dune.
Ouch.
Question.
Yes.
Can I see the 2 caravan leaders and their daughter?
They are past you about, they are behind you in the rotation about 50 feet at this point, doing their best to not just lose all control of their bowels.
That is yeah.
I'm gonna back up and try and get them.
All right. You will back up and approach them. And what do you say to them?
Get down and go. Leave the caravan. Get away with your life.
People are going to starve to death.
We can't fight that thing. It's an adult dragon. That's not possible.
Make me a persuasion roll with advantage.
I'm gonna lean in on it. Also, think of your daughter.
I already gave you advantage. I can't give it to you twice.
Okay.
I mean, that'd be cool.
So that's persuasion.
Yeah, it is persuasion. It could be actually,
17.
it could be intimidation if you really wanted.
No, that's okay. Persuasion's
Okay.
better for me.
17. Make a distraction so that we can leave.
Do you think the dragon would let us take them? Do they just want like the actual camels and caravan, or are they asking for? Or is it asking for the people? Does it seem like?
It seemed really like a vague thing, but I don't know.
Insight?
You can make an insight roll.
Yeah.
You know what? You with your dragon roll earlier, I'll say that the dragon seemed like Nazaruul seems like she only wants the tribute from the caravans, like supplies, the camels, the riches that are being transported.
Okay.
She wants to add it to her hoard and eat the camels.
We
Yeah.
convinced her to let us go if we leave the caravan. Let's go. Get down quietly and just back away.
All right, they will take that opportunity to hide down in the sand and start working their way backwards. Back at Nazaruul, Mars, what are you doing? Just still like, you can give me another will save
Okay.
because it has been a little while.
17?
17 is what you needed.
Yay!
Okay.
All right.
All right, so at this point, how many camels do we have left?
Right now, about, I said there were 100 or 101 originally. So there are, you'd say like around 92, 93, somewhere in there.
Okay. Again, I will walk up, like I'll start walking towards Nazaruul. And enough to be like, oh, great jewel of the desert.
Oh, Jesus.
Sorry. Well, I'm assuming that she's
Were you reading up on blue dragons earlier? Because
No. I'm just sucking it up.
Mars just likes to suck up to people.
Yeah.
that's true. That
it
is
works
true.
for me.
It's really useful, actually.
She's done this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we give you our caravan, would you be as generous to leave us enough camels so that we may make it across the desert?
When you leave me my caravan,
Yes, sorry, my mistake.
Make me a persuasion roll as you're saying this. But
can
right
I use
off,
inspiration?
yes, you may. Right off the bat, though, you're getting the sense that she's amused by you.
Oh, good. Cool. That's gonna be a 22.
Okay, and when you go, sorry, and kind of cower, you can see that the very corner of her lip will flare up over her fangs.
Oh no.
And if you just don't move for a second, but where you're standing right now in the light, it's gleaming off your scales so pretty. May I see? I've dreamed of this moment to be able to see your scales.
All right, you're reaching a bit too far there.
I just want to look. It's beautiful.
Dear God.
When I take the caravan,
Yes.
you can purchase camels from me. I am not above trade.
Is there anything that you are looking for in particular?
Jump up and down.
I'll jump.
Did you hear that sound?
Perhaps my hearing's not as great as yours. What did you hear?
Flopping meat and jangling coins. I would prefer one over the other. Surprise me.
I have a collection of interesting jewels if you would like to see.
Buy the camels from me. Show me what
Sorry,
you've got.
I didn't hear what you said. Your thing cut out.
Buy your camels from me. Show me what you've got.
Alright.
I want to see what's in that bag.
In my bag? How much would you say a camel is? We're not from this area.
How much is your life worth?
Eh?
Agreed. I am nothing if not fair. Each one of the...
I have on me 1,000 gold pieces.
1,000 gold pieces will be sufficient for 5 camels.
Thank you. And I'll take out 1,000 pieces of gold, however long that takes.
Supply and demand. Oh god. She wasn't a capitalist when I started this, but she is now. She got a little top hat and monocle.
Oh no.
Oh, Monopoly Dragon.
Desert Monopoly.
Dragonopoly.
Dragonopoly.
Oh.
I'm kind of the opinion that we need to get to the point where we're high enough level to kill a dragon and come back and smack a bitch.
Tia's just in her
She's a little
bubble.
too full of herself.
You may take 5 of the camels and go.
Alright, and then I'll wave to the others to get the camels set.
Malia will start unhooking a camel.
Yeah.
Alright,
Now
so that will be 1,000 from the...
You? Alright.
Yeah.
Now as for you, and she will turn at this point and begin approaching the other 3 mercenaries.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Alright.
The ones who haven't been so diplomatic.
They attacked after we tried diplomacy too.
It's true,
That's true.
yeah.
Well,
We
it
couldn't
wasn't
really
even
see it, but...
It's just in a bubble.
So
Yeah.
Okay,
Likes
so
the
that
bubble.
is... Cyril is going to take 3 hits as the dragon steps forward and strikes with 2 claw attacks and then snaps in a bite. And it's... The dragon is basically starts to play with those mercenaries like a cat.
Yep.
You will hear a scream from the other side. Oh god, help me! Help me!
So
I mean, what do we want to
go.
do about this?
our first responsibility was to protecting the 2 caravan owners and their daughter.
Yep.
It's true.
Let's just leave. Let's go.
We can't fight that.
Okay.
I can hold the bubble for an hour, but I mean, can't stop the
should
lightning. So.
And plus, we've trespassed long enough.
Yeah.
Looks at dragon.
If we're still here when those are dead, I don't think we're gonna have such a good time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're going to escape while she is attacking the other mercenaries?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And as we leave, I'm going to make sure that we get the other 3.
Mhm.
All right. So you are going to go ahead and make me just a stealth roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. I'm good.
That's gonna be a 26 for me.
Perfect.
19.
Perfect.
Stealth. Is this a group stealth roll or individual?
It's a group stealth.
Okay, because that's an 11 from me.
Okay. And that is... So, Mars, it's all on you.
Oh no.
What'd you get? It's stealth, so you probably should be good.
32.
32? All right, so you will be able to disengage while the dragon is busy with the other mercenaries. Several of the attendants, of the dozen or so attendants that were there, the remaining 8 or 9 were going to flee with you and scatter to the winds and start heading back north.
Okay.
You make it about an hour away before you actually stop running through the sand.
Woo!
All right,
Cool.
and let me just switch a couple of things over then, because I was not expecting that.
Were you expecting us
We
to
kinda
actually
looked at it
fight
and
the
went-
thing?
The one thing about dragons that you guys should know, well, you wouldn't necessarily know this, but something you should know out of character is dragons are smart. They're not going to fight to the death. You just have to wound them. Unless they're serious about this.
I
It's
kind of
not
looked at my
worth it.
stuff and thought, I don't know that there's much here that'll actually hurt it.
I was considering casting Tidal Wave in the middle of the desert, but
That would have surprised it, probably. I'm not going to
not all
lie.
like that.
I was tempted by Shatter, because a piercing ringing noise probably would have pissed it off a lot.
Yeah, there's
True.
maybe
Yeah,
that.
I was super tempted to actually just shoot the thing.
Oh, I know. You showed
Yeah,
great restraint.
Mars saw that, like, this thing's big, this thing's hungry. It can just eat whatever it wanted.
Yep.
She wanted to buy enough time that we could at least get out.
Mhm.
And with it being 1,000 of her gold, at least, like, she still has a lot more gold on her.
Now,
Yeah.
I guess we have to try and skirt around it to get to the temple, don't we?
Yeah, so
We still
On
have to go
our
that
map-
direction.
on our map, we should probably write
Dragon.
dragon here.
Here there be dragons.
Maybe,
Baby dragons.
maybe after the
I mean,
tomb,
its
I'll come back
territory is
and kill
probably
it.
pretty large, though. So we should skirt around while it's busy with the caravan.
Now, while you are traveling back, you will eventually find a place to, in the sun, to relax and rest a bit, catching your breath.
Mhm.
I would like all of you to... Actually, no, I'm going to let Malia and Zeno make an intelligence roll. Zeno, you will have advantage on this roll, but Malia, you made the intelligence roll about a dragon earlier, so this might have popped into your head.
Nat 20.
Nat 20?
Yep.
Okay.
19.
19, you are going... So, Zeno's going to have the thought, but you're going to be able to confirm it immediately. Okay?
Okay.
Zeno, the political situation right now is that Cap Sudet is being flooded by refugees from the Old City. The Old City is being besieged by the Jamoran Sand Wastes. The desert is expanding beyond its normal territory and taking control. Now, what you would know right off the bat, when dragons settle in a location, the location, they don't adapt to the location. The location adapts to them. Their presence warps the foundation of the environment around them. And when a blue dragon creates a lair in a location, thunderstorms rage within 6, sometimes 10 miles in all directions, dust devils scour the land. There are hidden sinkholes everywhere. In fact, you're surprised that if you had been thinking about a dragon, that would have clued you in. And just the desert goes wild and strange. You're getting the sense that maybe it's not necessarily just the sand wastes. Something's making the sand wastes overflow their borders. And it only started 3 years ago. That's not a terribly long time for a dragon to have a lair. We lost everything, the caravan leader says.
Not your lives.
Why didn't you fight it? The little girl says.
We didn't want to die.
Thought that's what you were paid to do, fight monsters.
We were paid to keep you alive.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd fought there, everybody would have just died.
Do you want your wife and child to have, and you to have died instead?
No.
Because those were your options.
MacLeod's gonna look to the adults though of the party and kind of hand them back a pouch and look. Weren't able to continue, so.
You bargained with the dragon for our passage and for these camels.
You
Let
lost
us-
your entire caravan. You
We're
need something to
insured.
help get it back.
We're insured by the government.
You sure?
How much did we pay you? It was
100 gold.
no, 100 gold each. Keep it. It'll be a lost profit. Besides, those mercenaries won't be getting their payment.
That's... Unless they manage to luckily get away, yeah.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, I don't think so either. But stranger things have happened, so...
So Xeno's going to basically tell her all the, warning signs of getting close to one of these things to
I'll
try
confirm
and
it.
avoid in the future, and till we come back and deal with it.
This is the entire area.
Yeah. It may not be passable for now, then.
I'll continue that thought that was for like Xeno of that. Well, if that's what this area does, well, this could be something that's causing the sea to overflow. Essentially, maybe there's another dragon lair.
It's a pity we couldn't have asked.
Well, if there was one, there probably won't be another one for quite a while.
Unless it takes everything that comes through here.
Yeah.
I've heard a story. There's the temple of Umvila in the old capital.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a rumor recently, and this is Ahmet, the caravan leader, saying. I heard a rumor that there was a powerful warrior there right now, just visiting on some type of prayer retreat.
Okay.
Maybe they could help you.
Oh, we still need to get
Still need to get
through
into
that
the
way,
tomb.
So I'll pull out, or I'll ask Mars to pull out the map and
Oh, yeah, sure.
let's have
And
a
she'll
let's try
unravel
and
it.
figure out where all this is covered.
Your safest bet would be, and you know what? I'll load the map up for Twitch right now, so you have it. Because this is the actually only image that didn't transfer to today. So give me one sec. Okay. Just one sec, guys. It'll be up in Twitch in just a moment. I'm just popping it in now. Ooh, and it takes up the entire screen. It's so big. Okay, let's shrink that down a tiny bit. Shrink it on down.
Whoop.
Whoop. We're gonna.
Oh, there it goes.
And we're gonna go. We're gonna put that.
So that tomb that we're trying to get to, how smack dab in the middle of this dragon's territory is it?
So basically, you were traveling along. So if you draw a line more or less directly between the old capital and Cap Sudet, you can see that you were right at the beginning of... I wish I had a little marker I could drop. I might have a marker. Hold on, let me see if I can find a little one. Boop. Just need a tiny X or something. Oh, you know what I can do? If I'm clever, I can just go add text X. It will mark the spot.
Is that where the treasure is?
Nope. I mean, technically.
If the dragon is the treasure.
That's where dying is.
No, the dragon is a treasure. We determined that.
It's true. So you met, basically, you guys can see the X?
Yeah.
So that's where you encounter the dragon.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're actually not too far from where we want to be.
No, you're probably like half a day's trip from it.
Okay.
I'm gonna change this or make this a little prettier. There we go. Now that's an X I can get behind.
I see your winter, your post. You're a girl dragon. I know what to do here. Flattery.
Yep.
That wasn't my initial idea, but blue dragons are vain and deadly.
Yep.
They're also mean as shit.
Yeah, we've noticed that.
Oh no, their normal tactic, by the way, and this is something that Xeno probably could have filled you in, is that if you piss off a blue dragon, it's not going to try to get into one-on-one fight with you. It will fly out of range, swoop down, lightning bolt you. Fly out of range, recharge, swoop down, lightning bolt you. And then it will just trail you from the air out of sight until you sleep, and then lightning bolt you while you're asleep, and then fly off, and then do it again.
Same. Same,
right?
though.
They will ruin your shit for fun. They're also the smartest of
fantasy
the dragons.
griefers.
Basically, right? They're like, yeah.
And I mean, as we're walking, like I will kind of fill people in on
But you know
what the blue dragon do.
What
How
the
would they
blue dragon do?
True facts about the blue dragon.
Oh, can we make one?
True facts?
Yeah.
True facts about the blue dragon.
True facts about the blue dragon.
They are a giant dick.
Titty sprinkles. So as you are going and reconverging over just when the steppe land begins again, what the hell was she talking about? Farah turns and looks at you.
What?
All that crap about a king?
I clearly missed that part.
Do I have any idea what she was talking about?
You have no idea.
Well, I mean, it's been a long time that you've been asleep, Farah. They could have done anything. Somebody could have seized power. Who knows?
I mean, I've never heard anything about it from growing up either.
They're not united, right? There's no dragon nations.
Not as far as I know.
Dragon King, do you?
We did. You guys mentioned him. The stuff you found in the Temple of Ishar. Kellen Zarnak.
Oh, okay.
He was the king when I went in. Went into the vault.
Yeah.
I knew he was powerful. I didn't
Seemed like a bit
realize
of
he
a
was a
dick.
king. Yeah, honestly.
I mean, is any king not a dick?
That's true.
I mean, I've heard there are ones that aren't.
Are they powerful kings though? Like that's
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, he did kill a couple gods. I imagine that's going to bloat your ego a bit.
Yeah.
Possibly.
With great
Maybe.
power comes great being an asshole.
Is that...
Yeah. Great ego.
Yeah.
I don't understand this new world at all.
You know what? That's fair. I don't even understand it.
You suck up like a pro, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. How did you know that blue dragons love that stuff?
Lucky guess?
Don't try that on a white dragon or a black dragon. They'll just eat you.
I mean, didn't you do
Noted.
the exact same thing to in the Temple of Ishar?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Was it a
that thing
dragon?
was a self-proclaimed god. No, it was like a beholder.
The difference being is, beholders are pretty well known to be super vain, and you just suck up to it, and
That's true.
it'll either eat you or that
I
kind
don't think
of
they
thing.
eat you. I think they just kill you.
Yeah, they eat.
That would
they
seem to be
kill you.
converting
Or
people into other beholders. And that was horrible.
they like it when you worship them.
What? That's not how beholders work. Beholders dream each other into existence.
Yeah, they sure didn't do that there.
Yeah, it's true.
There were
Yeah, there's a lot
acolytes
of
of the Temple
buildings
of
with
the goddess
Heads popped
Ishar.
off.
Yeah.
My
But-
golden rule is basically flattery is always worth a shot.
And if they don't like being flattered, then, well,
Wait, so what happened there? You went into the temple and you found your old
a
lot of-
friends? Mars's old friends.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
yeah.
At the
kinda.
end. On
Yeah.
the way, we found a lot of priest bodies
Oh
that had no head. And then at one point, we found some bodies with heads that were half kind of beholder looking.
Yeah, they were like
Yeah.
eyes. The heads were like eyes.
Yeah.
And then there was
Okay.
ones where
And then we found like
Split it up
several of
again.
the little like gazers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So maybe the heads were becoming those
Yeah.
And then we found a beholder, like a
beholder.
it was in a
reincarnation of a
Egg?
goddess.
Or
Beholder.
thought it was.
thought it was a
Thought
goddess.
it was. Yeah.
Or it was a god and turned into a beholder instead. It was a god of beauty and dreams.
Ishar and purity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of her statues, the face was defaced. So,
Yeah.
like, it was gone. Like the face was gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That was-
she wa-
Creepy.
well, I guess we're going south.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if diplomacy is going to work again with if we run into her again.
Yeah, so
I mean,
you
if
should
we-
be careful.
We should do it quickly while she's distracted.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, diplomacy may work if we pay for things. As long as we don't catch her in a bad mood.
I mean,
I think we should probably work on just getting around her while she's distracted.
Yeah. Tia's making, like, actively walking. Like,
yeah, like it's time to get
you're
out
not
of here.
standing around.
Mm-hmm.
This sucks.
Yeah.
So, are we close enough to the city to send the others back with like one of the camels by themselves, or
They're about a day away. So the 11 of them, so the 8 surviving attendants and the family of 3, they're about a day and a half back to the city.
but do we think that they'll survive that? Be able to do it?
If they don't have any random encounters, they'll be fine.
I'm sure they won't have any random encounters. It's just the desert. What could go wrong?
Mhm.
Like it's not like there'll be a dragon.
Uh-uh.
Well, I mean, like if I roll a 6, there will be. But
May-
Poof, dragons.
Wait outside while we go. We can't have them come
No.
with us. There's no way.
That's a
We
good
don't
way
need
for
an
them
audience.
to die.
Yeah. So, I guess let them take their chances.
I don't think we should risk kids dying.
I don't think so either. I just don't know what we're supposed to do. Do we double back and come back tomorrow? Or
Yeah, I
in
guess.
2 days?
I mean,
guess
they did
so.
pay us to look after them.
That's true. Then, all right.
Let's get
Okay.
as close to the city as we can and see how quickly we can do it, and how quickly we can get back.
I'm tired now. Jesus.
Great.
Well, I mean, we did just have a conversation with a dragon.
You have a conversation with the dragon every day, Zeno.
That is,
To be,
we had a
This was
conversation.
dragon more bent on eating us, though.
to be
Yeah.
fair, you don't
don't know
often
me.
antagonize us in the.
Yeah, but we know
That
we can distract
way.
you with pastry.
Or hats.
It saved your life so far.
Yeah. See, like, with you, we just give you food and hats, and you more or
General
less let us.
affection and
Yeah.
appreciation.
You more or less let us live.
It's because you're my royal subjects.
Exactly.
And we're just that amusing.
Mars is.
Well, and there was a time in the hot spring.
Yeah,
Zeno and Cadmus were pretty amusing.
this is true.
I miss that short guy.
He was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It was pretty fun.
You miss him a lot more, don't you, Malia?
Shut up.
Oh!
Oh, you gotta
Mally.
No,
got
you're
a-
turning red.
Malia's got a crush.
on the short stack.
It's okay. No shame, no shame.
Wait,
Allie's gonna throw sand at Zeno at this point. Just like,
Zeno's gonna laugh and be like, "Well,"
Careful.
and
or
turn
you'll
to
be as red as
Pharaoh.
your
Turn to Pharaoh. Does it count as short stack if she's the same height?
If you put them on top of each other.
Okay, that was bad.
Yeah. So you continue back north. Can I get a survival roll? This is going to be a group survival roll unless one person is leading. And I think that might be the case.
Survival.
I will probably be leading.
Okay.
Probably.
So if you're leading, then Mike, go ahead and make me the roll.
Good, because I rolled a 1.
How about a 28?
28's good. We'll just use that.
I rolled
Yeah.
24.
Nice.
Okay.
Tia does not know how to survive in the desert, apparently.
It's a lovely wisdom skill, so it's got lots of points to it.
I have 7 points in it. I just rolled a 1, so it would have been an 8. But
Wow.
what?
Well, don't forget that a 1 counts as 2 fails on a group check.
Sorry.
But that's okay. We're just using Zeno's roll.
Good.
Right. So you continue. Ooh, I almost loaded up an air horn by accident. I was trying to put some desert music, and it was almost like boop, 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 boop,
My
boop, boop.
green dice failed me on that one.
You continue to the north, and it takes you the better part of a day, but you'll make it back. Let me just see if you have a random encounter. You do not.
Nice.
Woo!
Through your quick and your swift and skillful navigation of the steplands, you will make it back. Very close a couple times, coming to what you see as a half-buried graveyard of skeletons in the distance, but you'll manage to bisect them right as the fairy fire begins to illuminate their eyeballs, or their eye sockets, I should say. And that is a very, very close one. You also will have to pause on your first night of camping again and build several large fires around the camp to ward off some of the desert creatures. But you'll be able to do so. You return to town, and Ahmet is happy to put you up back at the Desert Rose for another night. And the next morning you will head off again. And I'd like another survival roll to head south this time.
And I guess that means my spells are all refreshed.
Your spells are all refreshed. Congrats.
Yay.
Woo!
Do I want a different spell?
And I'm gonna...
Sure. That's fun.
Okay, now I have a permanent X that I can drop on the board at any time.
Yay.
All right, so Zeno, what'd you get on your survival roll this time? Hey, Mike, your sound's not working.
Me?
No, Mike isn't.
How about now?
Yeah,
good.
now it is.
Oh, I must have accidentally hit the mute button with my gut. Thank God for being fat. Anyways, that was a 17, that roll.
17?
Yes.
All right. 17, you are going to make your way south. This is going to be a group check then.
Okay.
It's a 15 from Farah.
Which one is this? Sorry.
Survival.
16 from Tia.
Good. Okay, that's 3 successes.
9.
At 20.
Nat 20. All right. That's 6 successes. 6 successes out of 6 possible and 1 fail. So that's good. So Mars, you're just tagging along with the group, going, whatever. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna get drunk in a ditch. So you progress south. So on 15 and up. Okay, the first day there is nothing. It is a nice, easy trek. You will make your way south along the old the old path that you had forged the day before, coming to what you estimate is probably the direct above where the Tomb of Okanen is. The next morning you will begin setting out, and you will head. Guys, you guys are really lucky.
It's because you're rolling.
You guys are really lucky. Damn. Okay. So basically, you did well enough that I was random encounters are only on a 15 or up, and I rolled 10, 10, 10, 6, 6, 10.
Alrighty.
Nice.
So good job.
I'm glad you didn't have us roll for that.
I did not.
20, 20, 20, 20, 20.
Because it would have been me.
It would have been the longest string of nat 20s.
It would have. As you are headed south, you are going to take shelter in a desert, in kind of a cave system just underneath some of the dunes, while you hear a bunch of desert trolls milling around, hunting for food. You will awaken in a cold sweat in the middle of the night as you notice spectral shapes moving around your campfire, but they appear not to notice you. This entire land is haunted.
Great.
And then, far earlier than I'd prepped for, you...
and with more players still around.
Oh my god, it was like I love that we get to the point in role-playing games. So little aside out of character, I love that there's always the point of, okay, I haven't completed all of the dungeon stuff, but I've got time. They'll be fighting a dragon, and then we'll do some travel stuff, and there'll be tearful goodbyes. I got plenty of time. So, you know, I'll hash out like the first chamber of the dungeon. I don't need anything else beyond that. And then you guys are like, well, this dragon's too scary. Bye. It's like, every time. It doesn't matter. If I had assumed that you'd run away from the dragon, you would have nat 20'd it.
No, you built it up too much. That's your own fault. You scared us too much leading in.
I think that's great.
You need to be careful. You need to be careful. We're like,
kid gloves are off. You can die now. Okay. Let's preserve our lives. Run.
The whole thing for me was like, okay, well, do I want to kill a dragon? I mean, it'd be really cool.
You don't have to kill it. You can just you can knock it unconscious and take it prisoner.
I don't know.
I'd like to see how that would look.
Just get some bondage rope, tie that dragon up. Winter knows what's up. All right, so you continue to the south, making your way over the landscape. At a certain point, the sound of insects completely vanishes, and you find yourself deep into the deep, deep desert. Not just the steppe lands that you found yourself in. As you proceed southward, the desert winds buffet at your face, your skin. You feel everything dry out. Even your horn, Mars, is starting to become slightly rough to the touch from where the sand has unevenly ground down parts of it. You're going to have to polish that later.
Horn erosion.
Horn erosion, it's a real thing.
Don't like it.
You continue to the south. And after about another 10 hours of travel, you're going to be quite tired, but still in good spirits, taking breaks to water yourselves and make sure that you have adequate hydration and food in you. You are going to see that there is a shape in the distance, looming over the horizon. And I am just going to pull that up for you.
In Twitch?
Yeah, it's just going to be 1 sec. It's actually the thumbnail image for next session. Because, you know, that's funny.
So did you want to only do the first chamber of it tonight?
We'll do what we got.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
Let me just throw this image back in here.
Ooh. Pretty.
The blue sky looms overhead, and in front of you, turn off my X. There we go. You will see an immense monolith rising into the distance. A pyramid. There are others that are speckling the landscape in the distance that you can see, partially buried by sand. But this one rises out of the dunes. You'd hazard a guess to say somewhere between 400 and 500 feet.
That's big.
Its entire mass appears to be made of something actually very pale and almost bluish. But the top is what you're most interested in. It's capped with pure white, and at the very tip, a strange prism shines out over the horizon in all directions. No matter where you go, if you look at this pyramid, you are dazzled by colors and shapes, like being struck by a kaleidoscope or a strobe light. It actually makes you shield your eyes as you look directly at it.
The first thought that came to me was like party dungeon.
Party dungeon. Welcome to the Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Woo!
The Necrodance.
It's a good game. All right. Do you approach?
Cautiously.
Yeah.
I'll point to it and be like, I'm assuming that's where we have to go.
No, we're going to the big one.
What?
It's like 2 miles south. That's the small one, obviously. I'm kidding. That's probably it.
Okay.
Come on, that's ostentatious as hell. That totally says, oh, look, I'm Okanen the Magnificent.
Yeah, that's,
Very pointy.
I mean, it's a pyramid.
it is.
Yeah.
It is that.
Actually, it's flat. Kinda. I think.
Can
Let's see
I
what
do another perception roll just to see if there's anything else that we're not seeing right away?
Yes, you may. Anybody who would like to make me a perception roll may do
love
so.
to.
21.
I love perception rolls.
19.
19. Would you get, Mars?
21.
21?
19.
Yeah, I actually rolled a 19 plus 2.
Nice.
Ooh. We all like got really good rolls.
I mean, I got a 14, so but I guess I shouldn't take Earth Tremor this time, should I?
Do what you want.
And the entire thing collapses around us.
Don't
We all
kill
die.
us.
No. But I mean,
We just
later.
survived the blue dragon.
I know.
Well, I mean, we didn't really survive a blue dragon. We just
Yes,
did.
we did. We encountered
survived
it,
one.
we talked to it, and we survived.
You got XP for it.
Yay!
I count that as survival.
Maybe,
Yep.
maybe after this dungeon, we'll be good enough to go out and be like, hey, what up? This is our land now.
Probably not.
I mean,
I don't
maybe.
think level 10 is going to do that for us.
I think it'll be fine.
I don't know, unless divine intervention would help.
In the distance, looking around, you can see that all of the area around this pyramid shimmers. Not just the strange lights coming to you from the top, twinkling magically down on you, but also, as you're looking around, the air itself waves and undulates.
Didn't we kind of
Casting-
see something like that back at Edagon's tower?
Yeah, actually around the magic shell, it kind of looked like that. And who else got above 20? Just Mars? Oh, Mars, you get the perception thing. You had a 19? You are going to just barely miss this, actually.
Yeah.
Mars, you are... So all of you are going to be more interested in the fact that you're not alone out here. It looks like you see some dark specks at the base of the pyramid. next to what looks like a pylon, right at its base, right at the middle of the base that's facing you right now. A pair of pylons with another pyramid behind it, and it looks like a door of some kind or a gateway. It looks like a camel is there.
Someone else is here.
Interesting.
But Mars, as you look around, you will see that these shimmering shapes, as you glance over, you'll notice that one of them has flaming eyes. These mirages, there's something inside of each one of them. Could be fun to kill, might be better to avoid.
Okay.
What do you do?
I'll tell the rest of the party that little snippet.
Anybody who wants to can make me a nature roll or an intelligence roll.
Sure.
Intelligence roll is more powerful.
Nature or intelligence? I'll do nature, because that's going to give me 18.
I got 5 either way.
It's not a dragon.
Yeah, basically.
I'm gonna do an intelligence roll at 24.
So nature would give me 22, but intelligence would give me 18.
Alright, so Mars, you mostly just want confirmation at this point, but you think that you're probably looking at elementals that are hiding. This place is probably guarded by elementals. At least on the
Interesting.
outside.
Okay, so we'll have to sneak by them somehow. Does it look like they have a patrol?
Looks
or are
like
they
they're-
just roaming?
Looks like they're free roaming, but you can see them well enough.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Well, we gotta get to an entrance somehow.
I mean, we do have the key to get in.
I don't think they're gonna let us just walk up to the front door.
I mean, I can
Wait.
make it sneakier,
And that might help for sure.
because I can just cast Pass Without a Trace and give us that boost to sneak.
Okay. I'm ready
If
if you
not
are.
that, yeah. If not that, you might have to cause a distraction elsewhere and then make a run for it.
Oh, I can do that.
I mean, maybe use that as plan B if sneaking past doesn't work.
Cool.
Yeah.
Which direction should I throw the fireball?
Away from us,
Well, you sure?
and away from the direction we're going.
Fire doesn't hurt me. Does it hurt you, Mars?
No.
Yeah. Does fire hurt you, Tia?
Generally, yes, I am
Oh.
flammable.
Oh.
No. But look where they are. We're gonna want to send it out where they're not going to watch us going to that entrance. If
Okay.
you do it right here, they're gonna know something's right there.
I was just being sarcastic. I'm obviously going to throw it away, but I was saying point which direction I should throw it, like
Oh.
over there or over there.
There.
Over there? Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, I wasn't going to like start fireballing the tomb. I don't think that would be productive.
Probably not.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Probably not, and maybe.
All right.
Wouldn't it be funny if that was productive?
So Tia,
Take it down from the
can
outside.
you
Yeah.
do that spell? And then Farah, be ready to use your fireball.
Always.
Malia, Zeno, anything else you think that we might be missing before we run?
No.
I don't think there's anything else I can do at the moment unless it comes down to a fight. So we might as well try stealth, and if it looks like we're gonna get caught, Barra can try distraction.
So this is concentration up to an hour.
Wait,
There also is that time.
1 sec.
Mhm.
There's a time restriction on when we can use the key, I think, isn't there?
That's what I was actually just about to say.
Oh, right.
It was at sunrise or sunset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, light
So-
has to go through it.
Yeah, it
Well,
was
that-
sunset.
Well, that's good because it's going to be here in about an hour.
So we gotta go.
if we get over there, spell lasts about an hour, unless I get interrupted.
Well, that's
Just sit
convenient.
very quietly.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Let's try it.
A reminder, each of us, each creature, gets a +10 bonus to Dexterity Stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives a bonus into no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Okay.
Okay.
Stealth checks?
Stealth, yeah.
Okay.
Are we ready?
4.
No.
So what is that? That's a 17 for Farah with your +10. Oh my god, these dice are great. They're so shiny.
Lower.
21.
Can't see it. Ooh, shiny.
So 32.
And I got 39.
Nice!
Take your inspiration back.
Okay.
Thanks.
Hello, 30
21
club.
on a disadvantage.
So plus
stealth
10
check.
is going to be 16.
What'd you get? 21?
Yeah.
Wow.
On a disadvantage stealth check.
Yeah,
All right.
that's pretty good.
So,
That's like the best stealth check you've ever done.
Well,
So-
I mean, I rolled a 10.
As a group, you're going to be able to make your way through, crossing in the zigzagging pattern that puts you between where those shapes signal that there's an elemental of some kind. Wind, fire, it's hard to tell. And you will make your way there to the front, where those pylons are there at the midway point of the base facing your direction.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see that there is someone feeding a camel, standing about 100 feet ahead of you, right at the base of the pylon.
What do they look like?
It's hard to tell, actually. They're dressed in long white clothing, wearing a face wrap to protect their faces or their face from the sand. Kind of a turban as well. Dressed kind of like a desert nomad.
Are they taller or shorter?
They're human-sized. They're just petting a camel right now.
just scoot around them.
All right, so you're going to try to avoid them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any other evidence that there might have been any other people who've gone through here?
The sand
I
is
just
kicking up
understand.
so much that it would be hard for you to track unless you put some real time into it.
Right.
Doing a quick glance, though. Give me one more perception roll as you're looking around.
And then just give me just 1 minute.
Okay.
25.
That was a 17 for me, by the way.
Okay.
21.
15.
All right. So as you are making your way up, you are going to see that there is a stairwell that rises from the doorway of that pylon all the way to the top of the pyramid. You think that there might be one on the other side, but there's not one on all 4 sides.
So
It's
the
a
top of the
steep-
pyramid is how you get in then?
That's not what I expected.
So you could try to pass this person, or you could go around to the other side and try to go up that way.
Do we want to just try and sneak past?
How close is he to the gate?
They are about 20 feet from it, feeding a camel in the shade of the pyramid. The sun is in the west right now and descending rapidly, and as it is, you will see that this entire side of the pyramid is cast into stark shadow.
So if we need the door to a light to go through the pass through, then we want to be on the side that the sun is setting on.
Sure. I don't think it matters
Well-
when you're on top of the pyramid.
If the
Oh,
door
alright,
is on
fair.
the top of the pyramid, yeah.
Yeah, that won't matter as much. Sorry, I didn't catch
So
miss that part. Okay.
yeah, no, it's just at
Then-
the base is a gate to the stairwell going up.
Yeah.
Which I
Oh.
don't have an open source image of, but it's kind of like the Nubian pyramids. So if you type Nubian pyramid pylon, you'll see what I'm talking about.
I will do so.
At least I'm pretty sure that's the Google search for it.
Nubian?
Yeah, so if you pull up Nubian Pyramid Pylon, it looks like the second image that pulls up. The one that has the doors in front of the smaller pyramid. That's kind of what
okay.
Right. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like it's a gateway that leads to a small pyramid, and then on the other side of that small triangular stonework, there is a stairwell that goes up the pyramid side at a breakneck 55-degree angle. Do not fall.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you.
How big around is this pyramid? Like, how quickly could we get to a different side?
It's fairly large. The base is about 700 feet across.
Oh, man.
And the sun's setting fast. Distraction and sneak?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the time that we have.
Okay. So...
Over there. So that he'll turn away from the gate.
Yeah.
Got it. And Farah winds up and throws a fireball that soars about 200 feet off to the right, touches down on the ground, and a giant plume of smoke and newly created glass is thrown up into the air. And with that, do you want to try to make a stealth roll?
Yeah.
19 with your plus 10.
Yep. I got a nat 20, so let's see what that gives me.
I got a flat 30.
Oh, just 30? Okay.
Just 30.
32.
29!
Nice!
And that was disadvantage. I did roll it.
That's funny.
Winter's sitting here like, yeah, I got 85.
85?
No, it's just my things cracking in and out, so I'm not hearing all of what you guys are saying, so I was just fixing it. So am I rolling?
Stealth.
And plus that 10 still from Amy?
Yes.
35.
Ooh. You beat me. I was at 32.
Yeah, the internet's not being quite as gentle tonight.
Mm.
Okay.
Internet senpai, please.
Internet senpai, please be gentle. I can't wait till we can do this in the same room again.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be so much better. I have my dragon mini, you know,
Like, soon-ish?
like hopefully in the next month or two.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Okay, so...
Okay, and I have my last of my spells figured out, I think.
Okay, so just one moment, guys,
It
while
might be a
I
mistake.
get generic music.
Yay!
Nope, not that one. I clicked on it anyway, but not that one. Ooh, it's actually a track for dragons. Why didn't I use that earlier?
I don't know. I feel like stone shape might be useful because I can use it to, like, make doors behind us.
Mm.
Stone
And,
shape
like-
is super useful and is your #1 friend in a pyramid.
Make a small passage through a wall as long as the wall is less than 5 feet thick.
Ooh.
It's pretty useful.
Could also shape a stone door or its frame to seal the door shut.
Will not help you get in, but will definitely help you rest while inside.
Yeah. Object you create can have up to 2 hinges and a latch, but finer mechanical detail isn't possible. I could also make a small statue.
Of course, as you should.
Yeah.
We could make a
can
statue
shape-
of the dragon and present it to her.
You could shape a
Alright.
large rock into a weapon, idol, or coffer, or make a small passage through a wall.
You move forward, and as you do, you will slip into the gateway, crossing underneath the stonework and through the passageway that brings you to the stairwell. It's old, but as you're passing through, Zeno, you and Malia have a perception of 19, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Passive? And Tia's at 18, right? Or are you at 19 as well?
Yes. 18,
So
yes.
the three of you, as you're passing through, are going to notice that there are signs of past passage through here. Pretty recent, within the past week or two.
Oh.
You see footprints. You see most of them large, but not terribly deep. You think humanoids, probably elves. Elves may be humans, but light humans if they are.
So, those cultists we were told about.
Possibly, yeah.
You begin your grueling climb.
Highly likely.
Now, what I would like from each of you is just to give me a constitution check to try to not get exhausted on your climb up. It'll just be one check.
Constitution.
Is it
Yep, constitution.
not a save? Just a check?
It's, yeah, it's just a constitution check.
Okay.
16.
16?
Also 16.
8.
22. 8? Alright, so by the time you get to the top, your druid's going to have one level of exhaustion and is going to want to take a break. To be
I need
fair,
to sit down, guys.
these steps are about this wide, and you did climb
400 feet worth.
499 of them.
I should have just flown. What was I thinking?
What were you thinking? You should have just... Maybe that's your problem. Maybe that's why you're exhausted. You've done all this flying. You're getting soft.
What?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm tired too.
Okay.
I wish I had wings.
Yeah, they're cool.
And as you say that, you're going to crest the top of the pyramid, and that's when you notice... If you look on the pyramid right there, the top 50 feet are a different color. There is actually a 10-foot break in the pyramid right at the stairwell on both sides. You step up and enter a chamber. Now, the pyramid itself is white limestone. But this capstone, you enter a room that is the width of the top of the pyramid minus about 5 meters on any side for just wall space. You're in a room that's roughly 30 by 30 feet. In the center of the floor, there's an altar with a strange shape on it. Above you, though, rising up, is a glorious crystalline capstone. The walls are etched with ancient symbols of magic, written in both celestial and infernal.
Oh, I can read that.
You can. It looks like these are binding spells and prayers.
Ooh, I wonder what they're binding.
I'll read the Celestial to find out if it says anything.
You will see that in celestial and infernal will be, "Beware all who enter. Here sleeps the true king of heaven and hell."
Seriously.
That's ominous.
That's a nice message.
Anyone want to
Seriously.
translate?
Oh yeah, I would have read it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a claim.
In celestial, you see runes that say, "Go forward, only those with pure heart and clever mind." In infernal, you will see written, "Go forth, only those with pacts to make and deals to barter."
Aw.
No one's
And-
excluded!
No one's excluded.
No one's excluded.
Yay!
It's a
I mean,
very
except Zeno.
Yeah, except for Zeno. Yeah.
It said like clever minds.
That was true. Moo.
Looking around, Zeno, you will see that there is some graffiti on the side of this inner chamber that says things like "Capsudet sucks," and you'll see other things like "Okanen wasn't that great." From the inside here, you can see that the outside of this crystal capstone appears to have at one point been embedded with veins of electrum. But it looks like enterprising thieves have come here over the years and stripped most of it out. The crystal shape above you is largely, you think, besides just being a giant wonder, probably fairly worthless. But what is the most impressive is that it's translucent. The setting sun, the capstone above you, made of that strange crystal, is what's casting those prisms And as you're looking around, the sunlight is going to strike the tip and cast blues and purples and pinks into this chamber, illuminating it from without.
I'm gonna hold out the key.
All right.
Do we know how it works?
The shapes, the kaleidoscoping lights are going to start slowly spinning around the room in an ever-tightening circle. It looks like they're going to come to bear right at the altar in the center of the room.
Can I do a perception check just to see if there's been any signs of claw marks, like people's fingernails, or anything that's a sign of danger? Just from this room alone.
Sure, you can make me an investigation roll for that.
Oh, sweet. That's going to be a 14.
14. You'll see that you'll definitely see the telltale signs of thieves that have come here and tried to break in. Actually, next to where Zeno is standing at the altar, there are marks of what looks like crowbars.
Okay.
And you'll notice that sand that's been whipped up through here by high winds is actually burying a lot of the surface details of the floor. But as you run a finger across near these crowbar marks, you'll see that right next to the altar, in a square directly beneath the capstone, there's a small seam that looks like people had been trying to open, but doesn't look like they managed.
So they just kind of gave up, but nothing bad came from it. They just walked
Not
away.
up here from the looks of it, and not that you've seen recently. If there were bad things here, it happened a long, long time ago, enough that time has erased it. A moment later, the sunlight is going to cast down. The three colors will converge directly over the center point of the room at the altar. Zeno, are you holding the medallion out?
Yes.
The light converges on the center stone of the medallion. And a beam of pure violet light is going to press down into the altar. You'll hear the sound of grinding stone, and a moment later... Oh, god damn it, looks like we dropped some frames. Hold on just one sec, guys. Why do you do this, computer?
Mine popped up with that the internet connection was unstable.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, our internet's being maxed out.
Oof.
Okay. So, I'm just going to start the recording and have a backup just in case something goes wrong.
Okay.
Because I've went from 500 drop frames to 1,000 drop frames in less than a minute.
Ooh.
Oof. Ooh.
So... Okay. Just going to put a quick note out to the chat. And note a problem in my log. Problem at 1:38-ish. Okay. Oh, well, blog just done a minute ago, so. I guess 6 minutes ago. So guys, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna... Okay, it doesn't look like it's going up anymore. The purple light beams down into the altar, and you'll hear the sound of grinding stone and old mechanisms from times forgot beneath you. The top of the pyramid will shake beneath your feet with a rumble. The altar will split in half down the center, and the floor next to where Mars was checking with her finger a moment ago is going to split completely open, revealing a very narrow, sharp stairwell leading downward.
Well, look at that. Shall we go?
I guess so, yeah.
Xeno is gonna step down the stairwell.
Right.
There doesn't seem like anyone's coming up the stairwell behind us, does it?
If you look out the side, no, it doesn't appear that way.
Okay, good.
All right, well, if Xeno's going, I'm going. So,
Yep.
Perception as I'm going down.
Okay,
And-
go ahead.
Let me know when my spell ends.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's soon-ish because you said it was going to take about an hour.
All right, Farah's going to go down after Xeno. Is anyone else going down?
Yep.
Yeah.
Natural 20 on perception.
You all head down in to the base, stepping down into the pyramid. Who's the last one in?
I'll pull up the rear.
Malia, as you step inside of the pyramid, the last rays of dusk will flitter beyond the horizon, and you will hear the grind as the stonework closes over your head. You are in the Tomb of Okanen the Magnificent. We're going to take a break right here. So we will see you in just a moment, guys, and I'm going to see if I can fix the internet so that it doesn't have any more problems. So we'll be right back. And we're back. Welcome back to Generic Fantasy, setting number 17735. The door to the pyramid closes behind you, and as it does, all light vanishes. Only your dark vision gives you purchase to not fall off of the narrow walkway. The stairwell that you're on has no borders. There's no railing. It's a 5-foot section of stone, somehow descending from the roof itself. It winds down against the flat wall beneath you. And as you walk to it, you can see, looking around, that the passageway that you're in now, it's an open space of roughly 100 feet across on all sides. This thin stairwell hugs the wall. From where you are, at the center point of the western wall, it descends down. You can see that it angles along each of the walls. It appears that if you go down to the southern wall beneath you, as this winding stairwell functions in a counterclockwise motion. Xeno, with your perception roll that you made before the break, you'll immediately know that this is designed counterclockwise. The stairs were positioned for defense from the belly, not from above. It's harder to swing your sword with a wall against it. Looking down into the darkness, you can see that the passageway, this empty space beneath you, goes for further than your vision can see. However, as you're looking down, the smell here is remarkably fresh. Wind and sand spiral in a column at the center of this tremendous shaft. You can hear the whistling of this central pillar of air. Some type of air circulation system? Or maybe just a vacuum created by your entrance. It's hard to tell. There's nowhere to go but down from here. What do you do?
Let's go down.
Continue down.
All right, can I get marching order from everybody?
I'm pulling up the rear.
I am in the lead.
I think I'm probably either Mars.
I think I'd be ahead of you, Tia.
Yeah, because I know we said we were going down about the same time, so I'm happy to be behind.
Okay.
And I know Farah was wanting to go down pretty soon, too.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it'll be Xena.
Xena! Yay!
Yay!
You know, the warrior
warrior-
prince.
Warrior Dragon Princess. Okay, so
I
Mars,
love
I'm
it.
putting you dead center.
Okay.
And then Tia, and then Malia.
Cool.
Moving down, you find yourself hugging the wall. The stairwell that juts out from the wall here has no railing, just like the one that you descended from. But at the very least, it's 10 feet wide, so it's a little better. You can hug the wall more tightly. But even then, the old stone is dusty, slightly slick. There are several times that even as careful as you are, your foot grinds a little on the sand, and you get that lurch, that shot of electricity and adrenaline that you can feel in your joints. Inside of your kneecaps and elbows, your body stiffens. But you continue. It's hard, because in the darkness, you can't see color. And yet, as you look around, you can tell that the walls are not coated with the same white limestone that the outside of the pyramid is. As you touch the wall for support, Tia, you'll notice that it's slick.
Huh.
And Malia, if you're looking at the wall, do you want to give me a history roll with advantage?
Sure. $18.
It strikes you as very peculiar. The wall here, it's coated in obsidian. Or something that resembles it. How that's even possible, it must have been created with magic for certain. With dark vision, you see how the walls absorb all light. And a part of you wants to light anything, just so you can see how it reflects.
Which it would probably reflect a lot, because obsidian can be very shiny.
Mm-hmm. You continue further. As you make your way down to the southern wall, you can see that there's a small passageway leading off from it. From there, you can see... Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. So this passageway...
How much noise do we make going down this? Like, even walking, like if the walls are that smooth and stone, like surely that would echo a lot.
Well, at this point, you're actually surprisingly quiet. Tia's spell is still holding for the moment.
Interesting.
Now, to give you an idea, the room that you're in is very deep. It's think of like 100 foot by 100 foot elevator shaft, where you're walking along the wall. Okay? So you're walking from this wall down, and as you are, there's a passageway that juts off from this side. Looking downward, you can just at the edge of your vision, you think you see that there's another passageway when you make your way down to the eastern. You venture to guess that every certain number of steps, when the stairwell leads you down to the next wall, you think there's probably a room junctioning off as well.
Is there any pieces of like debris on the staircase?
Do you want to make me an investigation roll?
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
15.
15? You'll find no debris, not this high up. But what you will find is that there is a decent amount of sand that's collected on these steps. And you'll see that where Zeno's walking just ahead of you,
Mm-hmm.
there's already a footprint there, right next to the wall, before he steps down.
I'll grab him by his collar to keep him from taking that step. And then I'll take a look at it.
Okay. Shimmying around him, you'll see that these footprints match the ones that you saw at the base by the pylons outside at the base of the pyramid.
So they might have had some sort of key as well.
Or they found a way to force themselves in.
Yeah.
at least this brings one thing. Pardon me. At least this clears one thing off the list. Edagon wasn't certain if they'd hijacked his spell or managed to break into the temple, or pardon me, into the tomb. This seems to suggest the latter.
Okay.
About 30 feet ahead of you, the stairwell will flatten out, and you'll be at that first chamber. You can continue down the stairwell past it without investigating if you'd like.
Probably investigate.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Who knows what could come up behind us?
Any obvious traps in the entrance to the chamber?
As you approach, you don't see any. Would you like to perceive?
I would like to actually do a roll for that.
All right, so go ahead and make me a perception roll.
Coming right up for a 23.
23. As you're looking around, there's a very rudimentary tripwire set up. It looks fairly recent, actually, and it's made with modern materials. Affixed to the wall with an epoxy, it looks like it's just simply designed to alarm. There are several animal bones, looks like rat, that have been tied off to one side. If you snap...
I would like to just disarm it.
Sure. You can flick your dagger across it, and there will be a soft noise as the rat bones tumble to the ground. With that appears to be all it is, just a wind chime alarm.
Okay.
The room ahead of you is rectangular. The door itself is about 10 feet wide, and pardon me, the entranceway. There is no door itself. Now, the room that you're looking into is about 40 feet wide by about 20 feet deep. And as you're looking inside, you can see that it looks like stone lockers built onto the opposite side, onto the exterior wall. Of which you see there are probably 8 different stone doors built into the wall. But it's the center of the room that gathers your attention the most. Because as you approach, the putrid smell of death suddenly assaults you as soon as you cross into the room. There is a corpse laying on the ground off to the right. The room itself still smells of cinders and ash. There's a small fire that was lit in the center of the room, but that's not what this smell is coming from. The walls here are sooty and blackened. And of the 8 locker doors, I'll call them lockers, but it's hard to tell what they are. 2 of them look like they've been opened. As well, hanging by the door, you'll hear the slow of rusted metal blowing in the soft breeze created by that central column of air. It's a small birdcage made from bone. It hangs from a hook that's been pounded into the wall on a pitton. You can hear a gentle chirping, but you're unable to see hide, hair, feather, anything from inside. What do you all do?
I go investigate the corpse.
All right.
Tia's gonna essentially just pace the perimeter of the room and just take a look at everything in general.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna look at the lockers.
Riley's gonna stay in the doorway.
Yeah,
Okay.
fair enough.
Farah is going to stay in the doorway as well. Mars, can you do me a big favor, my friend? Can you roll me a d12?
Ten.
10. Okay. One moment, please. Okay, so that was... Ooh. I put it slightly out of reach. Of course I did.
Naturally.
Always slightly out of reach. As you roll the body over, you can see that the corpse looks like it's been here for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a half-elf. Her face is caved in from rot. Her eyes are bulging and looks like they've been picked away at by some type of insect.
Oh, no, scraps.
Gross.
Probably gross. Okay. And as you... All right. As you roll her over and look up at her, you can see that it looks like she's been ransacked. There's nothing in her pockets. There's no pouches or anything. And the clothing that she's wearing is... You think it's Eastern. It's from your continent, or maybe from Argini. And you can see that there's a sparkle underneath this long pirate's coat that she's wearing.
You said a sparkle?
Yeah, it looks like a shirt made of some type of metal. Do you investigate?
Before I move anything, though, because now I'm paranoid, I have one of the daggers out, and I'm gonna be like... And in case of something like a bug moves or a snake or whatever, I'm gonna stab it.
All right, that sounds good. There's no movement.
Oh, she could have moved and I could have stabbed her.
She doesn't move.
Okay, good. Yeah, so I'll take a look at the sheen.
All right, there's a scarf blocking the way, though, that's wrapped around her throat. You can move it pretty easily. What's your armor class?
AC.
Yeah.
It is
I don't like this question.
17.
17?
Like
All right, that's a 22, so that's great.
Oh, no.
All right, so as you look down, you can see that the scarf is on top of a shining mithril shirt. It's absolutely gorgeous. That would be a vast improvement on whatever you're wearing right now.
What color is it?
It's a shining silver. Mithril is like looking at quicksilver. It's gorgeous.
I'll take it.
As you reach down, suddenly the mithril vanishes and a bear trap clamps around your arm.
Ow.
You're going to take 6 points of damage.
Ow.
As you will hear echo through the room.
Ow.
I think we're all alerted to that, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Mars,
Ow.
what did you do?
Can you make me a Constitution save?
Maybe. Oh. 5.
5. You are poisoned. You will see that there is a... Oh, our internet's going nuts again, guys. Well, that's okay. I'm recording remotely, so that's fine. You will... Your internet connection is unstable. It clamps down around your arm. You can feel poison rolling into your veins. You're going to have disadvantage on all checks for a while until you get unpoisoned. You can't get free of this, though. You can't find the leverage to pry this off of your flesh.
I'll come over and...
Do we see the corpse still?
Yep, the corpse is still there.
Do we see the bear trap?
Yes, you do.
Huh. Is it on
But-
top of the corpse or in it?
It looks like it was laid in the corpse's wound.
It's probably what killed them, maybe?
I don't think that's how bear traps work.
Yeah, it's kind of a modified animal trap. Same idea.
Yeah. But I
All right.
mean, like, it probably wouldn't have killed the person.
Zeno,
If it's
can you
in the
make me a
wound.
strength roll?
That is going to be 14.
14. You are going to, with some effort, be able to pry it open enough for Mars to remove her bloodied arm, where you can see deep inside of the wound there, where it's actually scratched along the bone, but hasn't broken it at least.
Ooh.
Mally is gonna come in and do a medicine check on her.
You can see there's a viscous green liquid dribbling from the wound.
That's
Probably not a good thing.
Really? Okay.
5 minutes into dungeon and chill, and we get poisoned.
Gotta switch things
Smack
up
her on the forehead.
from time
Lesser
to time.
restoration.
Okay. So you are not healed for the hit points, Mars, but you are no longer
I'm
poisoned.
no longer poisoned.
Sounds good. I'll just wrap the arm for now. Keep it from
All
getting sandy.
Xena will turn to Mars. We check things before we touch them.
Tia is investigating the cage.
The cage? Can you roll me a d12?
Sure.
Mally is gonna back out of the room to the doorway.
I rolled a 10.
A 10.
Haven't rolled a d12 in a while.
I know, right? The cage...
Okay. Yeah.
As you
No,
open the cage... You're gonna wait?
Yeah.
Okay. Tia steps forward and opens the metal cage. The bones rattle as the little metal hinges grind rustily.
Sort of looking for like a ghost bird at this point, honestly.
You'll hear the sound of flapping wings fly by your face. But as you look down, there's a small lump at the base of the cage.
Does it look like a bird?
It looks like the rotting corpse of a canary.
Ooh.
So, ghost bird?
Underneath it, though, there's something else.
I'm gonna poke it with like a stick or something from my bag that is not my hand.
As you do, the room will suddenly illuminate,
Ah,
coming from a point in the cage. It looks like a small stone, about the size of a robin's egg, that's giving off a 15-foot circle of light. The walls reflect the darkness down on you, and now, with the extra detail, you will notice that it looks like whoever came in here before. There are blood smears leading to and from some of the lockers, which several of them are cracked and burned like someone cast fire on them. What do you do?
those blood stains, is it leading to the body? Or does it seem like maybe...
Some of them are leading to the thickest ones are leading to that body.
Okay. Interesting. Do I know what this thing is? Is it just a rock with light cast on it?
Seems so. It's a light stone. Looks like
Weird.
that the animal's corpse was muting it.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it for now. Just
Okay.
yeah, and kind of
It's-
go back to checking the perimeter.
Okay. Malia, what were you doing?
I think I'm going to hold off because I was going to say it before Tia started playing with Paige,
So.
but I was thinking, well, I have Find Traps, the spell.
Oh, okay.
So, but I'm kind of thinking I've already had to use 1 second level to do lesser restoration.
Yeah, wouldn't use it.
Alright.
but-
So I'm not sure if I want to use.
I'd say
Another?
save that
Save
for
it.
later in the thing.
Mhm.
Tia, as you turn away from the birdcage, you'll suddenly hear your footfalls echo up at you as your spell dies.
I'm gonna sneak here. Full. Spell's over, so.
Stealth roll?
You can try to stealth. I mean, what are you doing?
I was just thinking for when we leave the room, I guess.
Well, you're not leaving the room yet, are you?
That's true.
All right. What are you doing, though, Zeno? You helped pry the trap off of Mars's arm.
Yeah, and then I was gonna look at the lockers, but yeah, seeing all the bloody trails and fires coming that happened at the lockers, I guess I'm gonna go investigate some more.
That sounds good. Also in the room, as you're looking around, you'll see that there are two tables, one on either side of the short walls. On either of the short walls. On top of them are, it looks like mason tools. Old mason tools. Most of the wood has completely rotted away, but the metal bits are still there, although rusted with time. Zeno, what did you get on your investigation roll?
I got a 19.
Looking around, you can see that a couple of the lockers on the left, two of them have actually been opened at one point, and one of them is still open ajar, about 6 inches, enough that you can peer inside. As you look in, you can see that a blasted, burned corpse is lying inside.
Mm.
What size corpse?
Is anyone checking near the fire pit?
I'll take a look. Do you want an investigation for that or
I would
perception?
love it. Give me investigation.
18.
Most of the fire pit has been burned low. There are still some old, now cold coals in it. But as you're just quickly stirring around in it, you'll see that there's the lower portion of a jaw.
Humanoid?
Yeah,
Looks human.
Alright. Cool.
but just the lower port.
Yeah, some of the teeth are still attached. It looks very, very old. Very old.
Yeah.
It looks like the rest of the bones probably burned to ash, but this fell beneath before it could get too hot.
Question.
Yes.
The locker you mentioned a corpse. What size? Like, was it like a humanoid? Like how? So it's like a big enough locker for like,
Yes.
kind of like a morgue
Kind of, yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the narrow and deep, not
Narrow and
high
tall.
school locker.
Oh,
Think-
so more like a high school locker, kind of.
Think a high school locker, but corpse-sized.
Okay.
I mean, that's like a high school locker.
Yeah, so that
It's like a double-sized high school locker.
Yeah, you can definitely fit a person in a high school locker.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
All of
Depends
ours
on the
are
high school.
person.
We had this argument last game.
Oh,
Yeah,
really? I didn't know
confirmed.
Oh,
Yeah.
All of ours were person-sized.
Yeah.
all of
I
mine
used,
were
I used to go inside mine all the time.
Mine were small person sized. I could not have
Step
fit in
into my office.
I
It's
was
okay, I'll
way
get the
too
door
tall for
myself,
that.
thanks.
But
All right.
Well, if I don't see anything else too interesting, I'll make my way towards the entrance of the room.
Okay.
Tia's gonna take a look at those tools on those workbenches.
Sure. Go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Sure. Can I cast mending on one of them if it seems like that?
Absolutely.
I don't know how much it will restore. But
Actually, I think with mending, you can do it on a certain amount of space of stuff. So
yeah.
I'll
it
say that
says-
you'll be able to do it basically on the mason, on an entire set of mason's tools.
Okay. Yeah. It's single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken key, torn cloak, or leaking wineskin, as long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension.
So-
you mend it, leaving no trace of former damage.
Well, I said it works on all the tools that in
Yeah.
the single location, so it does.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. You cast Mending, and the small... It's a rolled leather toolkit of masonry tools. A hammer, a chisel, several other devices, including a pair of calipers.
Huh. Does T have any idea what these are used for? By the way, I rolled an 18. If you wanted investigation, that's 19.
Looking around, this room looks like... It looks like a place for workers. Probably any finishing touches that needed to be done on this place, or any maintenance work. This seems like a good place for it, too. The last stop before leaving the pyramid. But as you look at the lockers, there are 8 of them. Zeno, did you explain that there was a corpse in one of them?
Yeah. And I probably poked the door open with... I wanted to, like, poke the doors open with my sword.
You are going to open them.
I'm guessing one at a time, not touching them physically yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna, like, stand off to the side and kind of...
Just like swish.
Yeah, kind of like...
That one.
Make me a dex save.
Get ready to stab whatever is in it.
Do you tell us you're gonna do this, or do you just start doing it?
It's Zeno.
I will say.
Oh, okay.
You might mention it after you poke the first one open.
I'm be like, there's a corpse in this one. I'm gonna check it out.
Wait, Zeno, wait. Check them for traps first.
Well, poke, yeah. It's like, that's literally what I just told Mars to do.
Because we can see all this burning.
So, Kelly, with that investigation roll that I did earlier,
Yeah.
what, like, is there any thing that looked...
You're asking if there's a trap.
Yeah.
Make me a dex save.
So that dex save is going to be a 26.
Cool. All right. As you open the door, the corpse inside is going to lurch forward. The presence of something restraining it suddenly broken, and it's going to clatter forward. You're going to see that it looks like a large length of wood had been driven through its chest, pinning it to the back wall. It crumbles forward. It hits the ground, and that spike that was driven through its upper chest cavity, well above the heart, right at the collarbone, actually, shatters, and the skull will roll forward toward the fire pit, coming to a halt and glaring up dead as a doornail at Malia.
Oh, no traps, but there was a corpse poked up there, so that's interesting.
Ew.
The stick that was
What if
pinning
these were
it...
the workers? Don't they
Anybody
do that
have-
with pyramids?
Does anybody want to make me a history roll?
I have no idea, but Tia's
Yes,
gonna try
sure.
and see if she knows anything anyway.
Okay, Farrah got a 23.
17.
Somehow
18.
also got a 23. I guess Tia's heard stories.
Mars, what'd you get?
17.
And
what,
Malia got a 17 as well?
what were you saying
18.
about the stick, Kelly?
I'll tell you in just one sec. So
Okay.
looking around, yeah, this does seem like something that some leaders would do. They would be entombed, and they would have a working crew set with them to keep maintenance on for the remainder of their lives.
Or afterlives.
Or afterlives, yes. And as you look at the body, you can see that the telltale signs in the skull of the scraping on the nasal cavity. It looks like some of these workers might have been mummified
Huh.
Yeah.
to keep them as eternal workers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of this before.
Zeno, you investigate the stake that was jammed into its chest and can actually see that although the fibers have been buffeted down by the sudden impact with the floor just now, they were jagged a moment ago. This looks like the... And as you investigate the back of it, you'll confirm this is the tip of a spear. someone pinned this thing into its tomb while it was set on fire.
Lovely.
Does that seem typical?
Nope. The spear looks pretty fresh, actually. Sooty. But the wood inside is still very fresh.
I'll take the half-decent spear.
Well, I mean, it's like a spearhead.
Oh, it's head?
Like, it's literally broken off. It's like that long.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
this looks new.
yeah.
Who wants to... whoever was in here first encountered a bunch of mummified people and dispatch them.
Yeah. How about we don't open any more of those?
That sounds good.
Because if any of them haven't been woken up...
Let's keep it that way.
Yeah. But we should move on, because if they've gotten this far... Hey, Mars, you're not sensing anything, are you? With your...
Do I have that weird feeling happening?
Yeah,
You definitely
motions.
have a very low-lying feeling of something off.
Yeah, like, I have a weird feeling, but it's not going crazy.
So it's probably still here then?
Yeah.
Because
Make me
if
a wisdom roll.
from which of both of
Mars.
us, or okay.
8.
8? You can't quite tell. You're not sure? Maybe? It probably?
Yeah, I'm probably more still, like, in tune to throbbing pain in my hand.
Yeah, you're a little distracted from that.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
I'll let you know if something comes up.
Well, I mean, I figure if we get further down,
Yeah.
it should become more obvious, right?
Mm-hmm. But for right now, there's not a whole lot.
We should probably just keep going then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if
Onward.
whoever's here is still here, then we don't want them to get away.
Yeah, we need to deal with them.
Mhm.
Shall we continue on down then?
Yes, Tia's
Yeah.
gonna head to the doorway.
Stealth roll now, Kelly.
Sure.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Let's try and be somewhat sneaky.
Farrah got a 6.
That's gonna be a 19 from me.
Cool.
This dice is rolling nicely for me today. That's awesome. 19.
Nice!
I rolled a 17.
3?
No.
Alright, that's... And Mars,
I have a
what's yours?
disadvantage. Don't forget, I wear half plate.
That's true.
I jangle.
19.
Clank.
Alright.
19 club!
Moving down along the wall, you'll progress downward, moving further and further along until you find yourself there at the second landing on the eastern wall. There's another door there, leading into a similarly sized room, although this one looks far more ostentatious. Tia, I'm assuming that you left that egg because you didn't take it.
She didn't see any reason to take it. Unless someone comments on it and says, are we going to just leave that there?
I don't think anybody did.
Nope.
I didn't
I was
realize you had picked it up.
Yeah, no, I left it. So if you
Okay.
saw that I didn't take it, you can say something and she would grab it.
I think Malia would just take it and tuck it into
Yeah.
a pouch, because that's useful. Then she has a second
Yeah.
option for light spell.
Okay, you have a
Instead
light
of using it
stone.
herself.
Hmm.
Cool.
Okay.
Can't say.
Moving down to this floor, you can see that there is another room, but this one shines from inside a little bit as you look at it with your dark vision. You can see that the walls are veined with a rich filigree. You can't see the color, but it speaks of metal. By the way, you can see in the dark, but you are not going to have as good of a time unless you have light. It does make a difference.
Check the entrance to this door.
This door does not appear to have any traps.
Is it just another entryway, or is it an actual door this time?
This is a set of double doors that are open.
Okay, so that's different from the last room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Roughly how far have we come down now?
You think about 100 feet.
Okay.
I'm going to poke my head in this room.
All
Sorry,
right.
where are we?
The next
Second
room down.
landing.
Yeah.
Second landing.
Okay, sorry, everything's cutting out for me constantly.
Yeah, it's.
Oh.
I don't know
Like, I'm
what's
having
happening.
a lot of internet unstability, so all of a sudden you guys jump ahead and I have no idea what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
why I'm not actually doing anything, because I don't know what's happening.
This is really frustrating.
But,
Yeah.
So sorry, we're at the entrance to a new room.
Yeah.
Has it been checked out yet? Like,
I haven't
That's what
described it
Zeno was
even
doing.
remotely. So,
okay, well I meant like the entranceway. Like, have we looked for anything so we don't like
Yep. There.
walk on a trap or
Zeno
something?
didn't. Zeno looked and didn't think he saw any traps,
Okay.
but he also didn't roll, so who knows? Mwahaha. Mwahaha.
Would that be investigation or perception?
Perception.
Perception. Okay, I will do a perception check on that.
Is it?
Mwah.
So it's not investigation if you are actively searching for it because you think there might be?
It's perception according to the rules.
Huh.
How does a 13 sound?
A 13. There's no traps there. There's no traps.
No
This is
traps.
bad, or it's a really high DC.
Guaranteed no traps. Guaranteed no traps, or else your head back
Okay, cool.
on the floor.
Mm,
Looking into the room, it appears that you don't think it's trapped. What you will see in the center of the room, though, is that this is a far more ostentatious setup. On the door, you will see that there are ridged runes written in... looks like the flowing script of Infernal. Well, the jagged script of Infernal, anyway. Mars, as you look at the door, you'll be able to easily make out, and so will anybody else who speaks Infernal, so Farah will as well, that it roughly translates as priest chambers. However, in Infernal, it's the ones who give tithe.
The ones who give tithe.
Yeah. Which
I'll say
roughly
that. I'll say that out loud as I read it.
Inside the room, you'll see that there is an altar in the center of the room. Nearby, behind it, on the back wall, right at the center, is a pedestal looming over that altar, made of onyx. Laying around on the floor, you will see that there are several bedrolls. Looks like this was used as a campsite at one point.
Is it dusty?
The entire room has a light layer of dust, but actually not nearly even as much as the stairwell outside. You think that these doors probably were kept closed until recently. In fact, looking around, you will see that there is a little bit... The doors are not completely open. They're kind of splayed open inward at about a 40-degree angle. And there is a little collection of sand and dust, almost like a pinball machine, right?
Mm-hmm.
How it
Any more of
collects in
those
little-
footprints?
Yes, you'll see that there are still footprints on the stairwell, but there are no footprints leading into the room, which leads you to believe that the door was left open and the sand is collected since it had been opened, so there would be no footprints in something that hadn't collected prior.
Okay.
Whoever was leaving those footprints opened this door, I guess, is the easy way of saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, from the doorway looking in, do those bedrolls look occupied?
They do not. They look
Okay.
actually pretty sad.
Sorry, how many did you say there were?
There are 2 remaining.
Does it look like there's anything like a figure or anything like that in the room? Like, does it look like there's any animal, human, anything in there?
No, it doesn't look like it. Though one of the bedrolls is covered with several layers of fur.
Okay. Hey, I took that light stone with me. Do you want me to throw it in the middle?
Yeah,
And see if we can see any traps before we go in?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do it.
Alright. I toss it in the middle of the room.
All right. What you'll see around is that of the 2 mattresses, one of them is a large sack mattress on the floor. It's been disproportionately stuffed to create some sort of, just basically a lumpy roll to sleep on. Folded clothing and a pair of boots lie neatly next to it. Next to it, though, is a complete mess. It's a pile of simple furs laid over, looks like a stone platform that was there. A long flattened pillow on one end, but blood, caked and dried, is saturating the area, clumping much of the fur together and staining the area around it with streaks of blood. There's even what looks like a broken off bit of horn laying on the ground next to the pillow. The altar, as well, lying in the center of the room as it is. It looks like it's been streaked with offal fairly recently. Blood and darker substances.
So
It's fashioned from several... Pardon me?
sorry, I was just gonna say, so it looks like they potentially used this as a camp and
Something went wrong.
Or, yeah. Well, I mean, the room above had blood streaks, so maybe they tried to do some first aid down here.
Maybe.
Mm.
The altar itself looks like it's about waist high, and it's fashioned... The altar is ringed with human skulls.
Okay, cool.
lovely.
There is old, ancient blood staining the white marble of this altar. And behind it, as your light pierces into the room, Zeno, are you entering the room?
I'm still peeking into it.
Okay, so your head is crossing the threshold.
Yes.
Okay. There's an orb at the center of this onyx pedestal that leers over. This pedestal leers over the altar at the center of the room. The orb pulses slowly and rhythmically. The color shifts from blue to black to purple to back to blue.
Arcana roll?
Sure.
I am actually going to do that as well, I think.
The orb is actually floating on something. The top of the pedestal looks like it's concave. It's floating in liquid, gently bobbing. Go ahead and make... What was your Arcana roll?
23.
I got a nat 1, so I'm just like, what?
It looks like a magical, basin, but probably where religious spells were cast.
Probably not religious spells I want anything to do with, considering all the skulls.
Probably not.
I think I'll kind of indicate that's what I think it is, and maybe we should try and avoid it.
Yeah.
You don't want to check it out?
I mean,
Not
kind of, but we also have a reason to be in here.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to grab your glowstone and move on?
I cast detect magic.
Sure.
I think that does an area, doesn't it?
The altar, pedestal, and bloody mattress all subtly glow.
Does it have a school?
Let's see.
If any, I learned it's School of Magic.
The pedestal has a necromantic. Actually, the pedestal and the altar both have necromantic, and the bloody mattress has a conjuration spell attached to it.
Conjuration.
That's interesting. Why would
How
it
far
be
in did you throw your
conjured?
stone?
I'm in the middle of the room.
Okay, so pretty close to the altar.
Yeah.
I don't think we should go in there.
Yeah, that looks necromantic.
Yeah,
Oh well, it was a free light stone.
Yeah,
still is. Hold
well.
on. A spectral hand is going to going to emanate out of Farah's right hand and float along the floor, and is going to gently pluck up the stone and carry it back.
Nice.
Handy.
Yeah.
Useful.
Very
Okay.
handy.
Easy. She'll flick the stone back to you.
Sweet. Mallory will catch it.
Yeah,
Alright.
let's move on. Do we want to close these doors, maybe?
I don't want to touch him.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
avoid that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who knows what's trapped?
Okay.
Let's just
moving
head
on.
down, I guess.
Yeah, Tia starts descending the next. I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's just another continued flight down.
There is another flight down, but you get about 15 feet down the wall, and then you see that something huge has impacted the stairwell. There's a 30-foot portion of stair missing.
Well,
That's not
Tia,
good.
you can fly.
I can. Yes. But you know,
the 30-foot gap doesn't appear to be traversable.
Could I make could I like shoot an arrow with a rope on it that we could climb over?
Maybe an arrow.
Eh?
I would worry that the arrow wouldn't sink into the wall with enough strength, but you're definitely able to try.
Guys, look. No, hold on.
Why don't we just have Tia turn into something that can fly? And with a
I can't carry all of you.
no, but you can take rope across.
Or a couple at a
True.
time.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Because we can think this through a little bit before we make any drastic movements.
I can jump it.
Now, here's a question: is this a straight down, or is it like curving, or
It's angled.
angled?
It's going down at about a 35-degree angle.
Okay.
Actually, pardon me, it would be going down at a 55-degree angle because that's what pyramids slope at. I did a lot of pyramid research today.
That's fair.
Because I have wall of stone.
You could absolutely use Wall of Stone.
It would be
Just
my
make
5th
some
level spell.
stairs.
Well, I would make a ramp basically.
Slide?
Pretty much. And you merge with and be solidly supported by existing stone. Or
I can make a wall of fire. That might help.
I don't think that one will help.
If we want to
So
burn
it's
it.
10.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, I can make panels 20 feet. If you create a span greater than 20 feet in length, you must have the size of each panel to create support. So I can't have them 10 by 10. They'd have to be narrower.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I didn't realize at the time. Detect Magic is actually a concentration duration 10-minute spell.
Yeah.
On myself. I hadn't realized that. Thought it was a one-off. Yeah, so do I see anything? Just in case it's a weird magical trap.
What's the
illusion?
visual? This stairwell is not a magical trap.
Okay, it's 30 feet.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
I
So
can
you
see
can't see
30
into
feet
the
in front
next
of me.
chamber.
Well, yeah, so I can do that.
How? So it's 30 feet. Does it look particularly like?
It looks like a chasm into oblivion if you fail to jump.
So normally it's 6 inches thick and composed of 10 foot by 10 foot panels. Each
I mean,
panel
it's a
has
downward angle jump, so that should make it easier, right?
at least one other panel. Alternatively, you can create 10 foot by 20 panels that are only 3 inches thick.
It's
3
30
inches
feet.
thick of stone is enough to hold someone's weight for a slide, for sure.
Because
Yeah,
30 feet
but that
this
was-
way would be less feet this way.
Yeah, well, it was if it was 6 inches thick and then composed of 10 by 10. So it could, that's like 100 feet, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, you can easily do this.
Yeah.
You can even put a railing if you want.
Yeah, if you create a span greater than 20 feet in length, you must have the size of each panel. So it would be 5 foot instead of 10 foot, I guess, to create supports. You can crudely shape the wall to create crenellations, battlements, and so on. I vote that we let me concentrate on this so that it's permanent and doesn't just fade, so we can come back up.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure.
Downside, we have to wait for 10 minutes, or let me keep the spell for 1 minute. Like,
we had so
keep it
many
going.
places to go.
Yep.
So,
We're in such a hurry.
I mean, like, I can cast it and we can cross.
We were being
And be on that
sarcastic. We're
side.
fine. We can
We're
wait
fine.
10 minutes.
We can wait 10 minutes.
We'll just wait 10 minutes by the spooky door.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We'll do that.
Do you think there are any mummies left up there in the tomb?
I hope not.
Probably.
I mean, there were unopened lockers, so.
We could eat them.
What?
Ew.
Oh,
Ew.
you
People pay a lot of
can?
money from. People pay a lot of money for mummy jerky.
That's just
Okay, so maybe.
Did you know that mummy phallus is an aphrodisiac?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And
Mhm.
mummy powder is used as a medicine in some places. Does it mean it's actually good?
Yeah, it's a headache
Works.
remedy.
It works.
Anyway, so yeah, Tia's gonna do that.
Okay. After talking about mummies, there is a slow grinding as sand protrudes from the wall, slowly crystallizing into stone shape that creates a ramp there. And in just a couple of moments, you'll have a ramp down to the next floor. Cool. Who goes first?
I'll
Um,
go.
so this is just like a flat ramp.
It's a ramp that goes on to stairwell, and as you're looking at it, Mars is going to scoot down and slide down.
And so it's about 30 feet long, you were saying.
Yes.
So trying to get back up would be quite difficult.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can stick a peg in it somewhere.
Well,
And
I was just going to
rope
tie a rope
fly.
to the top, to,
Yeah.
by the top and then dangle it down, so.
Yeah, I would just have to make sure that there was like part
You
of
guys
the.
have pittons?
Yes.
I think I do in like a dungeoneering kit.
Yep,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
dungeoneering kit would have that.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Alright,
also
so-
took the engineering kit
So
You quickly-
I'll make sure there's a rope.
All right, so Malia, you hammered into the wall real quick, being the responsible dwarf that you are.
with a hammer.
Yeah, it's basically, you got the multi-purpose weapon. All right, and with that, you'll slide down. Mars taking front. You will come down the slide and come up on the last few steps of stairs before the next landing.
Okay.
Now, the door to this one is actually shut.
If Marge looks like she's gonna go forward, I'm gonna grab her for a moment and be like, wait, let me cast Detect Magic again.
So
Okay.
she's already slid down. Do you follow her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I assumed, essentially, that Mars wouldn't charge off into the darkness without waiting for the rest of us to get down.
Hopefully.
Would she?
So I think Tia's planning on staying on her side of the thing, supporting the spell until she's the full 10 minutes for concentration, because then after that it's permanent. It can't be
Okay.
dispelled.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
Just-
everybody waited for 10 minutes, so
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was happened
Yeah.
before or after.
No, we waited.
we waited. We said it.
Yeah, we waited to talk about mummies.
Cool.
Which is why I have to recast my spell, because
Yeah.
I
Gotcha.
only had a 10-minute duration.
Gotcha. Understood. Carry on. Let's go. But
All right.
Tia will probably still take up the rear on that one.
As you touch down on the next landing, Mars, looking up, you can see that there is infernal writing etched into the side of this shut pair of double doors. Now,
Okay.
the stairwell does continue further down around the way, and you think it's a little out of your sight range, but you think you're nearing the bottom of the shaft. However, the doors in front of you have a pair of runes
Mhm.
carved into them in Infernal that roughly translate into the ones who call forth the pit.
Who's the next to come down?
Malia is right behind you.
Alright. So I point that out to Malia.
That sounds ominous.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like where we probably need to go.
Does it look magical?
The door is shimmering with a faint magic. It looks to be of the school of transmutation. In fact, you can't see any handles on the door. Do you want to open it? I can knock.
So it's got some transmutation spell on it. I can't tell what it does. Do
Maybe.
you think it's just for opening?
Maybe.
Are the what material are the doors made of?
The doors here look like they're made of onyx.
No.
I don't know. What do you guys want to do?
Just wondering if it's like a shaped stone type situation to remove the door handle or something. But I don't know.
I mean, like Farrah said, we could always just try and knock it. It's worked
yeah.
before.
Well, no, I was going to use the spell. Knock. It opens doors.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay, sure.
Well, and this looks like the only direction, right? Like it's doors?
No, the stairwell continues onward.
Okay, just
Yep.
me.
Farrah knocks on the door, and there's a grinding of stone. The doors will actually slide inward, like sliding doors. Or pardon me, slide into the walls, that is. Revealing a room that is similarly shaped to the others, a rectangle of 40 by 20. This room, however, the walls are lined with murals, most of which are fairly preserved by how sealed it is in here. The air is drafty and musty and stinks slightly of sulfur.
Yeah.
There are only two things in the room that are very visible. Besides several places to sit and read, the things that stick out at you are a pedestal in the center of the room, and it looks like a ritual area at the back. The pedestal itself has ornate decorations that can be seen from quite a ways off, even in the dark. It looks like infernal glyphs. And some others that all of you won't understand, but you'll recognize looks like, if you can read infernal, you'll recognize that those are abyssal. The demonic language. Otherwise, they just look like scratchings, like a wild animal got into the stonework. At the back, a stone shrine made of the same onyx as the room's doors bears stark relief into the wall. This shrine looks like a casting area, and a demonic face leers down at you.
Well, it's not creepy at all.
No.
No, not at all.
There's something floating on the pedestal. Suspended in air, it turns.
Is it the eye?
It is not, no.
Mhm.
It's hard to see what it is at this angle. Light doesn't seem to be your friend here. Well, I mean, the dark is definitely your friend here.
See it. We'll, I guess, look around at everyone and go like, someone want to check for traps?
Now the room is about, like I said, about 20 feet deep, and it is there is a significant amount of magical energy in this room. Whatever's floating in the air, Malia, is magical. That's floating above the pedestal. And it looks like the Onyx Shrine as well is looks like it has a conjuration spell built into it.
You want me to chuck that that light stone in?
Yeah, let's maybe throw that in and see if we can get a better look.
In it goes.
All right. A single object floats in the air above the pedestal. And what I would like to do real quick is, how do I roll a d12? Ooh, fancy.
Thanks.
So guys, just give me 1 sec on this. I want to make sure that this is the right thing. That's ridiculous.
Did you get it?
Pizza.
Nice.
What kind of pizza?
Pepperoni pizza.
Yes.
Yum.
And chicken wings.
I like your hair like that, Winter. It's nice.
That's cute.
Thanks.
Very scene.
Ooh, we're not using that. Nope, 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 nope.
And it's a blue dragon.
Yeah, it's a blue dragon.
We all die.
Not again.
Let's see.
Run away!
Trick inspire spiders.
Sorry, I had to close a bunch of my notes in order to not have the internet go nuts. So trying to re-look up what was there. Ah, heck. Floating in the air, you'll see that there is a mask. Simple. It's white with black etching around the eye holes. It's just an upper face mask with a sharp peaked nose and broad winged sides. It looks to be made of pure ivory.
Did it have any particular magic on it, or was it kind of, I couldn't identify it?
I don't think that you have to keep staring at something to look through its layers, don't you? I remember Pathfinder had 3 phases of magic, detect magic, and I think it's...
Simplified.
For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. That's all it says.
Okay, so looking at this, you think it has an illusion spell cast on it. Or that it is an illusion spell?
I will...
Actually, pardon me, I mean enchantment and not illusion. What am I saying?
Enchantment? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a mask.
Mm-hmm.
Has something enchantment on it?
It looks like it is enchantment.
Or is?
It's whatever is attached to it is.
And then the shrine has something conjuration built into it.
Do we want
That's ominous.
to just try and get rid of some of it if we can?
I don't know. Is there anything else in this room of interest? Like, does it look like there's any cabinets or...
There are some cabinets on the left. This looks like it was a sorcerer's study at one point. There could be some things in here that are interesting.
Ooh. I'm gonna cast Find Traps.
Okay.
I think... How does that... Amy, do you remember how that works with concentration spells if you're holding a concentration spell and doing something else?
You only have 1.
If it's a concentration spell, you can only have 1 concentration spell.
Okay.
Yeah, if the other one is not
But you can
concentration,
cast other spells.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Find Traps is not concentration, it's instantaneous, 120 feet range.
Now, it'll only tell you if there's traps. It will not tell you where they are or what they are.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but at least he knows to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so any trap within range that is within line of sight. A trap for the purpose of the spell includes anything that would inflict a sudden or unexpected effect you consider harmful or undesirable, which is specifically intended as such by its creator. So,
Okay, so that's even magical.
Yeah, so it won't show anything like a natural weakness in the floor, an unstable ceiling, hidden sinkhole, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it has to be an intended.
Okay.
Effect, yeah.
All right, so you go ahead and
You don't
cast
learn
that.
the location, but you do learn the general nature of the danger posed by the trap you sense.
Okay. As you cast the spell, you will suddenly get the sense that this room is designed to be hostile toward those who are allied with the powers of good.
Huh.
Yeah. I have a feeling this room would not take exception to most of us.
Mars might be okay, but I don't know if we want to risk that.
I think Mars is still technically good.
I think so,
regardless
yeah.
of like whatever Nern has done to her.
Yeah, that's why I said I don't want to risk it. Do we just
It's
want to
okay.
keep going?
I'll wait outside the door.
Okay. Yeah, let's just move on. How's
That's a
your?
pretty cool mask, though.
Yeah.
Do you want to mage hand it?
Nope.
Let's
I mean,
maybe
you could try to dispel magic on it.
that's what I was thinking. But
Mm,
how many spells does it seem to have on it?
I mean, it looks like it might be in itself an enchantment.
Right. Okay.
We need to cast Identify to know what it actually is.
Yeah, I don't have that,
Me neither.
but and without knowing that,
but I'd have to get up a little closer, I think.
It's not worth it, I don't think. Let's just. How's your Mars? How's your gem sensing?
Kelly?
So far, not bad.
Has it gotten stronger?
Nope.
Like, are we getting closer?
Nope.
Okay. So
I mean,
there's a chance
honestly,
it's already gone. Then I guess.
well, but we're near the top. The top is the entrance.
Yeah.
It's probably all the way at the bottom, so you have to go past all the traps to get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's not waste our time with this, like these rooms, unless there's something. Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah. And we can always check them on the way back, come back, whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did you continue downward?
Yeah.
All right.
Imagine at some point, as we go further down, it's going to get wider, so there's going to be more rooms that probably connect to each other.
You get... So, detect traps doesn't say where something is, right?
Nope.
No.
Just tells you that there is something.
As you step back out toward the... back away from the room, Malia, you'll sense that there's something in your immediate vicinity that could be potentially dangerous.
I'm going to perception the whole area then. Just
You may do this with
not
advantage.
guys, don't move.
Okay.
Wasn't planning on it.
Yep.
That's 25.
Looking around, you can see what it is pretty quickly. It appears that whoever was here before, they chiseled away some of the supports from the stairwell directly beneath here. Really sneakily. It looks like it's probably rigged to collapse if too much weight goes on it.
So maybe we could cross it one at a time?
You think so? With your knowledge of stoneworking? One at a time, maybe even two at a time. It's only about 100 feet to the next landing.
How like? So they reached around below it and chiseled away?
Yeah. They weakened it somehow. Also, it looks like there's a little bit of bubbling around there. Maybe a caustic substance.
Great.
All right. I will explain what I found to the others, and let's try this one at a time. Maybe the lightest first.
I don't want to risk this, so I know I might need it later, but NT is going to turn into a bird or like a bat
All right.
and flit down.
All right. Flitting down, you can see that, especially with echolocation, the passageway goes down about another 100 feet. And where this winds around again to the fourth chamber is at the very bottom of the shaft.
So how far are we? So are we like at the bottom of the pyramid, or is there more?
There's much more.
Okay. So it's just this one. Okay.
You think you're probably about halfway down the pyramid?
Okay. Interesting.
There's still going to be like a whole bunch actually underground too, likely.
Probably. You're right about here. I put an X. Flying down, you can see that the corridor ends at the very base of this room.
I also have advantage on wisdom perception checks to rely on hearing. I might as well do that. I'm gonna listen around if I'm down here doing stuff.
It's very windy.
Cool. Great. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, okay. Then I guess I'll just fly back and hover around while they move.
As you'll notice that as you fly toward the center of the room, there still is that strange column of wind rising up from the center.
Let's just trace that back to its source. How about?
It's rising directly out of the ground.
Does it look like a floor? Like there would be more
No, it's rising out of a central portion of the center of this shaft. Rising out of the ground itself.
So it doesn't seem like a vent from another room? Like
no, it's
below?
coming out of flat floor.
Weird.
So that's probably a spell effect then.
Doesn't seem to be any other way that could happen.
Yeah. Just based on previous use of wind magics herself. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know.
I
And
wonder
then
what the point of it is, though.
Yeah.
Is it a strong wind?
It's fairly strong. Enough that it's continuously casting the sand and debris around.
Yeah.
Mally, are you going to try to go down the stairwell, or are you sending Mars first? Who's going?
I'll offer to go.
All right.
Okay.
One by one, you descend the stairs. As you do, you will feel the ground beneath you crackle, threaten to give way. Occasionally, a bit of your foothold will disappear under your foot as the stone rots away, but not enough to tip you.
Okay.
Just enough to threaten to topple you down into the blackness.
Okay.
But one by one, you make it down to the bottom.
Question.
Yep.
The wind coming straight up from the ground, is it covering the whole floor? Like, is it 100-foot cube?
It is not. It is a 20 by 20.
But that's the space of the area, or that's the area that the wind seems to be coming from?
It's the area that the wind's coming from. The space is 100 by 100.
I'll put my hand out into, like, the wind.
All right, so you will find yourself on a flat stone floor that is roughly about 90 by 90 because it's a bit smaller than the... No, actually, you know what? It wouldn't be. It would be... The stone would go right down to it. So it'd be about 100 by 100. The center is a column of air rising out of the floor. As you put your hand into it, it has about the strength of... about the strength of Well, enough that you'll actually fight against it as you put your hand in, to not have your hand sail up into the air.
I kind of want to walk into it.
I mean, you do you.
Because if
How high are we up from wherever that originates?
You are about... the entrance of the pyramid is roughly 200 feet above you.
I'll wait for the next person to come down.
Cool. One by one, you all will assemble at the base here. This flat area at the bottom of the shaft. As you look around from where there should be, by odds of 1 door, 2 door, 3 door, 4 door, there is another door. It's sealed up, but there is evidence that someone took a crowbar to it at one point.
Okay,
Before we go any further, I really want to see if this is like strong enough to actually pick up our person.
Okay.
So, would you say it's fair that we would have some length of rope with us, Kelly?
I mean, so one of you should have it on your sheet. If you have a dungeoneering kit, you'll have rope.
Yeah. Alright.
yeah, you should have like 50 feet of rope.
Okay, that's not too bad. So I'll tie the end to me and be like, who wants to hold it?
We should probably all hold it if you're doing this.
Yeah. And I'll just throw the rope over.
All right.
But
Are you
maybe, but before you walk in, give me less of the length, so it's only maybe about 10 feet if I do end up going up.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
We'll
We'll
shift
grab
back
on
and
as
help.
well then, I guess.
All right, Zeno, Malia, and Farah. Everybody make a strength roll.
Tia is, I just said she's switching back, like shifting back to
Oh,
here.
you're
before I
switching
do
back?
nothing.
Okay. Make me a strength roll.
Well,
24.
24.
Me
that's
too.
an 11.
All right. Mars, are you stepping into this tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Can you make me a dex save?
No. Yeah. 24.
All right.
Oh, one sec,
you
one
were
sec,
going.
one sec, one sec. Okay.
You were going to shoot up about 15 feet. The rope is going to go taut, which is going to spring you out, and you are going to shoot straight up, hit, and swing over toward one of the walls at a sharp arc, landing on your feet as you come down, as the rope goes taut in your friend's hands. It is absolutely powerful enough to lift you.
Well, that was fun. Hey, guys.
What?
You're insane.
So do you think someone put this here as a preventative measure of falling?
Probably. Or to help them get
Recirculates
out
the
later.
air.
Good to know.
Might help them make a speedy escape.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We going?
Yep.
Yeah.
As you approach the door, there appears to be no way to open it. But it looks like someone has tried thieves' tools on it before. What do you do?
Can I try that cool key?
Sure.
Is there a keyhole?
There's a slit between the two doors, technically. That it would fit it. You can roll me D100. Or I can roll it for you.
Yeah, you want to roll it for me?
Alright. You slide the key between the two slats of door.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens. Well, that's not true. The key gets stuck.
No.
Do you try to juggle it out?
Yeah.
Okay. You put your hand on the door and pull. Make me a will save.
Okay. Will save his wisdom save, right?
Yeah, sorry, wisdom save.
With 0, I'm at 17.
17. You will suddenly feel a lurch in your stomach and a low breath behind your ear. Marisol. And you know for certain the object you're seeking is still beneath you. As you turn to relay this to your companions, all of you will get the sense of it as well as Mars looks back at you. Her horns a tiny bit sharper, a tiny bit longer, and her eyes for just a moment shine at you in the darkness completely white.
I feel it.
Yep.
You look it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Your eyes are doing a thing.
And then is she just back to normal again?
Yeah.
Right. So,
Creepy.
Can I get the key out?
Yep, you'll pull it out.
Boink.
this door's still locked? Or sealed?
Yeah.
I have something I can try then. I have no clue if it'll work.
Sure.
You'll have to let me know if this is actually something this will apply to. It's a... Oh, I have it written down there. That's where it is.
What is the rule again for using thieves' tools to try to get through a door?
You...
I have something called Blackthorn Prick Finger Open Lock.
Oh, yeah. So what you do, basically, if you're proficient in thieves' tools, you trait them as a skill. So you roll thieves' tools with proficiency, and I believe you took thieves' tools as your expertise proficiency, Mars?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you are rolling proficiency times 2 plus dexterity.
Can I try that while Tia's doing her other thing, or is...
It depends if you want to use the prick finger.
Amy, do you want to save that?
I mean, it's been sitting on my character sheet for a bit, so I can use it, but it doesn't matter.
You can go ahead and try if you want, and then if that doesn't work, I can try.
Yeah. Like, I have no idea if it'll even work. I don't know if this counts as a proper lock, so she'll try it.
You prick your finger. And as you do, the tip of the thorn breaks off, rendering that bit of thorn completely useless. Your finger dribbles a few crimson drops of blood.
Did it work?
I mean, do you press it to the door?
Yeah. I mean, if she knows how to use this, I mean, yeah, she's gonna just like, okay, we'll give it a shot.
Pressing it to the seam of the door, there is a soft red glow that emanates from every crack. And slowly, with a grinding sound, the door ahead of you will open, leading you deeper into the depths of the Tomb of Okanen the Magnificent.
That is a yes.
And with that, I'm going to call game there, and we will continue. We're going to take next week off just to regroup and to kind of just take our mid-season break as we always do. So we will see you in 2 weeks. We might do something else next week. We might not. At the very least, thank you so much for tuning in. Sorry for some of the internet problems we've had tonight. It's just the social distancing thing. Internet speeds are really throttled in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
So we hope that you enjoyed, and that we will see you again in 2 weeks for the next episode of Generic Fantasy Setting number 17735. And with that, we're going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
So, good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.